Bye.
Pull up a chair and join us in the alcove here with episode 45 of our homebrewed 5th edition D&D campaign, the Chaoslands. As always, before we start, we have a handful of quick announcements to go through, so let's go through those now. We go live on Mondays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, usually a bit behind today, but that's fine, on both Twitch and YouTube, with VODs available immediately after the stream ends. You can follow and / or subscribe to both of those to get a notification whenever we're about to go live. I think that system still works. While you're following us on those streaming platforms, you'll also find links to all of our social media accounts, our Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Go ahead and follow those for all of the latest news and schedule updates, as well as awesome character art, profiles, other fun things, videos, minis, etc., so on and so forth. So some pictures of the dragon from last week's encounter should be up there.
Yep.
Cool. Also, a big shout out to Syrinscape, because epic games need epic sound. Syrinscape is a digital app with a collection of amazing sound sets and music that we use to improve the ambiance of our game and stream. If you're looking for a way to improve the immersion at your RPG table, go check them out at Syrinscape.com.
I don't know. That was decided to change sides.
We're never getting sponsored.
Yeah,
Wakanda
I don't know what's happening. Yeah. It's supposed to be our left, I think.
We also occasionally use music from Critical Role's Welcome to Taldore and Welcome to Wildmount collection albums, as well as some royalty-free music courtesy of Riot Games. Links to those can be found below. Any other news? Any other announcements?
We may have a short break after this week, but stay tuned to Twitter.
Yeah.
For schedule.
Also, if somehow the Detroit Red Wings win the draft lottery, you will see me scream and shout and tear my hoodie off and throw it into the air.
Scream and shout.
We don't talk about
Don't worry, it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Bruno.
Anyway, let's begin tonight's episode of the Chaos.
Is it happening?
He's doing
It
it.
did happen.
The Iron Will had returned to Ward 3 in the Mushroom Lounge to wrap up some loose ends pertaining to Ezekiel Miralar and the operations of his organization, the Gul Vandalis. Having followed him into the depths of the building, past an underground lake and a small smuggling dock, you found yourself in one of the many mining excavations beneath the city of Schema. It was here that you discovered a strange and long-abandoned ruined complex, as well as the missing chief engineer and de facto leader of the city, Harriet Halfstep, who told you the reason for Ezekiel's recent obsession with these ruins: the presence of a large, glowy orb of red lightning that had seemingly grown more active as of late. In this ancient complex filled with arcane magic and strange power, you found a workshop of sorts, of a being known as Arkanscad, alongside a series of strange statues and a massive crystal spire depicting the night sky and the divine constellations that appear upon it. Activating and interacting with some of the many devices within, you eventually found your way into a large cavernous chamber with long-forgotten shrines, as well as what appeared to be the remnants of a strangely familiar tree. Large in size, but seemingly broken a couple of dozen feet up the stump. You also came across the floating orb of red lightning, and the being within attempted to reach out to you, a creature who called himself Kartak, the Forgotten Son. As Ezekiel, who had been waylaid and forced to take a longer path than you all, caught up with you, you agreed to come to a tenuous agreement. Arrangement. That both you and him wanted to see Kartak no longer be a threat to Schema, and you made your way into the rift itself to eliminate him. Finding yourself in a strange wasteland of red lightning and black clouds, one that held strange parallels to the chamber you had come from, though not exactly the same. You did battle with Kartak, a blue dragon, and slew him. But not before the land itself attempted to erase your very existence, each of you bearing the brunt of bolts of red lightning striking down from the sky above, as you all limped and dragged yourself into a cavern nearby to hide from the chaos of the land itself. That's where we pick up tonight's session. Having just stepped inside this relatively small cavern, cave of sorts, Ezekiel has led the way and is kind of hunched over, still recovering from some of the damage and the wounds, breathing heavily. What do you want?
Well, Timon, you can say you slayed a great dragon. I saw the final hit.
But
She's
No
not
one's
paying
disputing it.
attention. Nobody's disputing it. It's fine.
Well, she might be unconscious.
Yeah.
You talking about me?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
You missed it. It's okay.
I look at Agner. Did you manage to get the head? What happened to the head?
Couldn't get the head, but did get two of these and pull out teeth.
Oh,
That's like bigger than your head.
Probably is one's 1 foot.
Yeah.
and the other's
so just
1.5
about.
feet. Yeah,
God damn.
Damn.
New weapons.
Now,
new horns.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Impressive.
is everybody all right?
I assume she's
I'm
back.
fine.
Like we.
I am at 17 health.
Oh, okay. You got it.
Yeah. I took a lightning bolt to heal her.
Thanks.
I'm perfectly fine.
You're literally perfectly fine.
I think we escaped that storm completely unharmed.
Yeah.
That dragon was a wuss and he never
Alright,
came
you
out.
guys.
Did anybody see me fly? That was pretty cool.
That was awesome.
Harriet is not here. Just kidding. I was gonna thank her for the potion, but
As you all look around, you can see that this cavern, this entrance is a little bit narrower, and this tunnel seems to go on for probably another 10, 15 feet before it opens up.
I don't think we should go back out that way until the storm has passed, if it even passes.
What are we?
How do we even get back?
Ezekiel, do you remember anything from the last time you were here? How to leave this place? It didn't look like there was a red orb on this side of, well, wherever we are.
I didn't leave myself last time. He sent me back.
You don't recall how that happened at all?
No?
Did he say something?
Inside check if he's lying.
No, that's
Can I assist?
Sure.
I think he already has advantage if you want to just roll.
Advantage and I rebel. Double
11?
So there's 15?
21.
He rolled a 12 on his persuasion. He's telling the truth. He's not lying to you. You can tell he has no reason. Like, he's panting heavily. He's not putting in any effort to lie right now.
I'll go over to him and I will cast Cure Wounds on him. I don't know how he's looking, but I'm assuming he's dead.
As you begin to make the motion of, like, casting you, like, it's okay.
Maybe so, but I mean, you didn't kill us in there, and it seems like you were telling the truth for the most part, so I will still do it. And I rolled an 8, so he gets 11 points back. As I tap him with my metal arm and green piss. Goes all over him. That's my specialty. I pee on him.
How much was it?
11 points.
No, sir. I insist.
Yes.
No.
It's my
Like
green
a little-
pissness.
Like a cologne.
Yeah.
This
He
place.
breathes a little bit lighter and like, nods towards you. Like sits down in the tunnel. It's like back and his shoulders up against the wall. You see the wings and the stumps.
This place. Is it a? It kind of reminds me of where we were. Is it kind of mirrored?
Oh, I'm not quite sure. It definitely has parts that feel very familiar to where we were, but I've not seen anything like what we just saw out there.
This Riffé. This thing about where we are, like I guess cave here. Is there anything within like the previous location that we're at that like it would be in proximity of?
It's the scale cave, right?
Cave.
The cave with all the
The one that
scales.
was collapsed and had like a bunch of rocks and scales and stuff blocking the hallway.
Okay. Yeah, this might have been the tunnel that we couldn't get into.
It's definitely,
Looks like it.
Yeah.
it's definitely,
I have to step away for.
okay. It's definitely We're having pet problems, I believe.
She's chewing the trim on our door.
Again?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She need to get out.
She's
Sad they left.
panicking. Yeah.
But anyway, this definitely feels like that little area with all the scales, but it doesn't. I mean, I don't even know if saying our world is the right thing to say, but where we were definitely was a little more run down than this. This feels like. Well, this is impressive, really. What do we see in here? Exactly.
It's really impressive.
Well, I mean, we know what the other world, the like holy place across from this looked like, and when we were in there, it said it looked like that, just all ruinous. So now that we're here and it's not ruinous, what does it look like?
I mean, it's
Ruinous.
just a tunnel. It goes about
this is
10
just,
feet.
So there's none of
further
that
in,
like.
and then this cavern opens up, and you can, if you look
Oh.
through past where you are,
Yeah.
you can see a large. It seems like building.
Okay, so
It seems
it's
like
not exactly
small, like shrine type structures
Okay,
that are
that's
set
what I
up
was
farther
thinking it was.
in, but that's all you can make out from
Okay,
here. You're
gotcha.
in a tunnel right now.
Yeah. Well,
It's
so
quite a grand tunnel, I guess.
yeah. Well, in the other world, when we pulled the scales away, you said it looked like the one shrine that was broken down. So I figured this was that. Same
It was
tunnel.
just in the other back in your world. There was. It seemed like there was some stuff in there. It was
But it was
ruined.
bamboo.
It was collapsed
Yeah.
and destroyed, and you also could only see like a small chunk of it where you'd managed to pull apart enough stuff to be able to see through it. It would have taken a lot of time to dig through it and clear out the entire way.
Cool.
If I walk to the entrance of the tunnel where we came from, and I look at the storm outside, how is it? I guess still roiling.
It's still like there's lightning bolts crackling across, and you can even see like flashes coming from outside as you're standing here. Like there's just like flashes that are coming
Still
and like
happening.
illuminating you all in here momentarily, just like loud.
I want to try to like
noises.
just stick my neck out and look up to the sky. I want to see if I can see any runes or symbols or any messages.
Make a perception check.
I don't think I have it. Nope. 16.
Not really. You don't see anything immediately obvious. There's, above you is just black cloud, and occasionally you'll see like a lightning bolt, like a single bolt, like crawl across the sky. It's more so all around you that these lightning bolts are kind of falling and causing like rocks to be thrown up, like chunks of you see across from you, similar to where the other shrine was in the old, like where you came from. There's just broken ruins there, as you can see. You see a large chunk of those and like float up. Just like be pointed like straight up, and it's just floating slowly upwards. Everywhere around you, there's just like destruction.
Damn.
I guess I see folks are just kind of getting their footing and stuff. Why don't you go just scout ahead real quickly to see if there's anything important.
I'll send the professor with you just in case something's in there.
I'll ride the professor into
You
the
can.
Are you guys sneaking up, or you just? Not
Well, the
I'll probably
professor
go
can't
stealthy
really sneak,
for
so
me.
maybe he'll stay a couple feet behind you. Yeah.
Before you go, I kind of wanted to check out the cave where the dragon came from too.
I don't think anybody should go back out there until the storm's at least subsided.
How far is that cave from us?
It's not far. You'd only have to make like a short like sprint out from this entrance into the other one.
Until you get hit in the fucking
I
hit in the back, fall
I could
fat.
go. I'm not as affected by this, but
That we know of.
I
Seems
can
like quite a
double
strong storm.
dash.
Yeah,
Pass with you.
You can definitely rush through. There's like a little bit of rubble and stuff that you'd have to climb up, but you should be able to get it there
Yeah,
within like a round.
some climbing
Just want to
here.
throw this out there. We're pretty much tapped out in case any of you go under. If you want to wait till the storm's over, that might be safer. Because if you pass out, you're probably dead.
the dragon's dead. What else? Could
Yes,
be
but
dangerous
this
here?
storm seems a little more potent than we're used to.
See,
Yes,
I was fully
can
fine for
confirm.
going into
If
the
it
tunnel,
affected
but
her,
then
That's a danger.
Timon reminded me,
Yeah.
it said treasure, and my ears perked up.
Later, we won't leave until we check out the cave. But if the storm's affecting her, and we know she lied about it last time, then it's probably a pretty strong storm. But we can certainly check that out. Just maybe wait a little bit.
I'm going to take a quick look down the tunnel just to see if there's anything we need to worry about, but I'll be back. And I'll do it stealthily, obviously.
And then like 15, 20 feet, I'll get him to just make sure if you die, then he can at least drag you back.
And then I step on a booby trap.
Yeah.
Make a stealth check.
Just step on a bear trap. A dragon-sized bear trap.
Ooh. Luckily stealth. 12.
So you are riding him in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ching, ching. I rolled a 2.
You make your way about like.
Oh wait.
Oh.
I haven't done this in a while.
Secrets.
It helps him if it helps improves things. 14.
Oh.
I don't think it will help improve things that much. But
So you're getting killed. Something's gonna kill you.
So, as you make your way about 5-10 feet up, it's not a lot. You're just walking down this tunnel, and you can make out in front of you this like larger cavern opens up. You can see buildings. That's the first thing that you make out. It's not large buildings, about like maybe 5 to 10 feet wide, similar to the shrine that you'd seen in the other back where you came from. There is a central shrine. And as you step forward, you actually start to feel warm. Like you feel a little bit of like the temperature itself seems to shift a little bit. You start to feel a little bit warmer, a little bit more at ease in some ways. There's one large central shrine with a similar like dragon type shape set up upon it, very almost identical to the one that you'd seen before.
Okay.
But not the same.
Right.
Around it, scattered about, you can see in this large cavern about 8 or 10 other small obelisks that form that are all kind of at weird, strange distances. That's pretty much all that's in this large.
Are those the
cavern.
buildings that I see? The
Yeah.
obelisks?
Yeah, they're like little spires.
Okay. And there's like
At first it seemed like, okay, there might be larger, you don't know what you're looking at, but as you take like a little bit of a closer look, seems like just these large obelisk spires that are on these like circular pillars.
Yeah.
And almost like an ionic column of sorts. And then above it there's like a 4-sided obelisk that just points up. Meets at the top.
how close is the closest one?
Probably about 15-20 feet. Not far.
I'll just now go up to that one, assuming I don't see anything else moving in this area.
Yep.
And just want to inspect the obelisk. So,
Make an investigation check.
I have to roll this one as well. Okay. 16.
Oh no, he's pulling out a whole new notebook.
Oh.
A whole new section.
I just forgot to take these out before.
Oh.
You activated
I finally
his trap
get a
card, yeah.
sheet.
No.
That's just all the
Never got
stats for
one.
the real dragon.
True.
The only piece of paper I got was, I think, that little slip we all got.
Yep, me too.
The one that says I'm gonna kill you all. I mean,
What was your investigation?
Not surprised.
16.
You look around and you just make out this like large obelisk. You just take a little bit of a look around it. There isn't any writing or anything on it.
Not yet.
Not yet.
And am I just looking, or am I also like touching it? Okay.
You touch it and you find you can barely make out just above you. Like it's like 10 feet or 15 foot tall ionic column. You can make out from here. There does seem to be something carved near the bottom of the obelisk. On one of the
top.
faces, so there's the column, and then
Yeah.
there's the obelisk on top of it.
Oh.
So near the bottom of the obelisk, where the column kind of turns into the obelisk, there seems to be something carved on the face that is facing towards the shrine.
Can I just walk up
You can.
and then
Yep.
look at it?
Draw the gun.
Can I carve my initials?
No, not this again. If
Um,
anything, carve his initials.
Yeah.
Can you roll a d20 for me?
And you're dead.
Yeah. You slip.
Yeah.
hit your head on the bottom.
Looks
Yeah,
okay.
fine. 13.
13, you say?
No,
Maybe not.
it's fine.
Choosing which monster shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an unlucky number.
Or where in the world you end up.
Yeah.
You walk up this the side of this column. It's not super wide. It's probably just like less than maybe like 2 feet, 3 feet wide. You walk up it and you make your way up, and there seems to be almost like a sigil carved on here that's facing towards the shrine. It looks like, funnily enough, it's a symbol that you have seen before.
Okay.
It is a single sword, which forms the middle part of a scale.
Oh.
Oh, I remember that. That was from Miralar.
Yeah, when
When
exactly
we
did we
invaded
see that?
his...
So from this,
Coincidences, I do not make them.
so on this, from this,
invaded
In
his...
fact, you
Not
do
in this
make
case,
them.
I actually don't. Somehow, I don't know how. That's what.
from this
What happened?
perspective, if I peer out to the other obelisk, do I vaguely see like some kind of symbol in all of them facing towards that
From this
center?
side, you
Right
can
there.
vaguely see that
I just wrote it.
most of them.
I wrote
Sex.
a line to it
Okay,
that
but
says
they're like-
sex.
Am I able to
I
see like a
don't
rough
remember
outline that
what-
it's like not the same one, or is it the same
Are you doing
sigil?
like this?
No, this.
You
The
can
scale.
make out
Oh.
the one
The middle
immediately
is a
closest to you.
sword.
They're all at strange distances.
June 1st.
Okay.
This one
Last
is
year.
a little bit
June
closer
1st.
to the center
What
than
episode?
some of
June
the other
1st
ones.
last
Yeah.
year.
And looking at one of the other ones, you can
We
make
did.
out another symbol that's carved on it that looks a little different.
Okay.
We only read
22.
Oh.
And they're not. You said they're placed like arranged like differently in proximity to the center.
They're all kind of at different distances from the center.
Okay.
It's
been
not
one-
like a concentric ring or something, but as you look around, you can tell with your investigation check that all of them have at least one face of the obelisk that's pointed towards.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
Puzzle. Nice.
That's all I wrote for that episode.
Good note taking.
It's just mirror shit, Halo shit, Scorpion shit. Shit goes down.
Nice.
I'm gonna come back to the group. The cave seems fine from what I can see, but there's these obelisks, you might call them, and they've I have no idea what that place is. I don't. Maybe there's a way to use them to get back, but
Interesting.
a bunch
Culture,
of
what do
them.
you think? I
Here's
think
the
it's
thing.
Still recovered.
do you guys remember
Someone
this
else tapped
symbol?
out.
And then
Yeah.
I'll just throw a sketch of that sword and
Oh.
scale.
That's
Totally.
We've seen that before. It is in fact a penis.
That's a penis.
No, I don't want to embarrass Healthier, but I don't think he knows what an obelisk is. Can you explain it to him? I know.
Yeah, I don't know if I would know exactly.
It depends what kind of obelisk we're talking about.
What?
He's asking what.
I'm asking for Healthier. What is an obelisk?
It's like a very
Tower.
small pyramid, but
Yeah.
like much taller. Four
But
sides,
Yeah.
tall.
It's just
Pyramid.
is it literally is it just like the shape?
Yeah.
Is gotcha.
but
That's a
Yes.
penis.
Yeah, it's a penis
Okay,
as well.
gotcha. Just like the Washington.
but is it?
Well,
It's a
More
Washington
so-
Monument. Yes, that is an obelisk.
But even more so
Yeah.
because he described the top as some kind of phallic shape.
Yeah.
What? No, it's not.
I heard it.
I think he said it was like moist or like liquid at the top too, or something. That's what I
Stretch, but I
heard.
like it.
Sure.
Did you see anything else other than the thing? Were there like I don't know any horns?
None of that
or-
stuff that we were, that we would be interested in.
I'm kind of interested in blue stones.
Well, that was my question. Obelisk can mean many things.
Well, you know what I heard? You might be able to find blue stones
In the other cave?
next door.
I'm gonna stand in front of the cave entrance and guarantee that they don't leave until the storm subsides.
We can overpower them.
Maybe elephants are afraid of mice.
Oh god.
Ezekiel looks up at you and mentions the mention of the obelisk, and he's looking a little bit more recovered. And
Cheater.
he starts making his way into the tunnel.
Like further where he just came from?
Okay. We'll be there in 20 minutes.
I'm just standing by the front.
What's up, big one?
Oh, nobody's going anywhere until the storm subsides.
How high is the cave entrance?
About like 10 feet.
You gotta walk. I'll grab you and pull you down.
Ezekiel walks up towards the shrine.
Yeah.
Hey, Astra,
Where
do
are
me
you
a
going?
favor and go see what he's doing. I need to watch the children.
I'll go
No
have.
idea.
Okay, I'll go have a
You're gonna
look.
come back and they're gonna be like running into me, like trying to push me and just be like,
Guys, stop.
As their legs. are
Yeah,
like-
yeah. You're gonna try and do like a D move, run up on it, just
I have an opportunity around you.
gonna hold them.
Ezekiel, what you doing?
Ezekiel is walking up, but as you kind of follow him, you notice as he takes one of the steps that he takes, he immediately just stops. He takes a deep breath.
Now what you doing?
This is strange. There's power here I did not expect. And he continues to walk.
Oh,
Where are you going?
Do you keep following him?
We sent the wrong
Yeah.
person.
yeah. Where you going, buddy?
As you continue to walk,
What does
you,
that mean?
you come to the spot where Ezekiel had stopped, and you immediately notice like the air getting warmer.
I look at the ground, jump up and down a couple times. Nothing happens.
It just feels warmer.
Huh.
When I was in there, I guess when I started feeling it warmer, did it get warmer as I went in further? What means, or was it just like a
You didn't
consistent?
really go that far in. You just went to the closest office. And within 16, you didn't really notice.
Damn.
It's hot in here.
It's not hot. It's warmer.
It's hot.
You're talking about Astra. Yeah. You,
You
you
also-
can say it's like cold, and she'd be like,
Yes.
it's so hot in here.
Even though tiefling is resistant to.
What do you mean about power? What kind of power? I just feel warm.
Yes. Continues to walk.
Yes.
Yes.
I follow him.
He heads into the tunnel and he comes into the cavern and he looks around. Nine. Ah. And then the one back. Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yes. Interesting.
Come. Let us pray at the shrine of the first. He begins to walk towards
The shrine of the who?
the first.
The first? Ezekiel, I don't want to be rude, but I'm not really of the religious type. Would it be considered rude for me to pray here? Would it come off as kind of disingenuous?
No.
Alright.
The gods listen to all.
Okay, I get down on my knees.
Weird.
It's up.
I mean, you approach the large central sort of like shrine structure with the pillar inside that has like a small draconic idol.
Mhm.
Similar in many ways to the one that you've seen before, but not quite the same. The idol itself isn't made of the same material. Instead of a blackish onyx purple crystal that you'd seen before, this one seems to be a more yellowish, radiant type crystal.
I'm gonna copy what he does. And kind of like if he closes his eyes, I'm gonna kind of like peek to the side and see if I'm doing it right.
He approaches the shrine, this pedestal, and he looks up. It's a strange idol.
Strange.
I remember in the cavern we came from, within those ruins, there was a similar one, but this one is different.
Yeah, it's yellow.
It is.
Oh no.
That one, I believe, was in worship to the sister. This one to the first. He simply kneels down in front of it, He just like sits there with his eyes closed for a moment.
Psst. Ezekiel, do you think there's a yellow dragon in here we're gonna have to fight?
No, I think this place is safe.
Okay. Alright, well, I'll just be here praying if you need me. Praying up a storm right here.
He just sits in front of the shrine. Make a perception check.
He's getting a boner.
Why is he getting a
I don't know. You got down on your knees.
To pray.
You didn't specify. You did not specify.
Perception is 19.
I will send you a message.
Secrets.
I want a message.
This whisper
No.
is
I've
brought
never
to you
gotten a
by-
message or a whisper yet. I'm sad.
Me too.
I get them all the time.
My guy's not very perceptive though.
Yeah. But yeah. My lack of perception gets me in trouble.
Dear God, please help my friends go back home. Together. Not separate. Not to our own homes. Just to where we were before.
Go back
Safely.
to where they
I
came
prefer to
from?
go to my own home.
Yeah.
That's where we're going.
I don't want to go back to
You hear a
north.
voice in your head. Which God?
Yeah. Dear all the gods.
Dear gods. Huh. As I'm doing that, I'm still kind of just like peeking over at him to see if there continues to be any more changes or progress.
That's about it.
His wings are growing back. I'm calling that too.
God damn it.
Did I call it?
No.
Oh my god. When it comes to angels, I know my shit, man. That's cool.
Restoring.
Like a feather.
Even and like when he kneels, he is about like shoulder height to you. So
Oh, he's a big boy.
I think you said he was taller than me, right? Or as tall, at
he's
least.
taller than you.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back at the opening of the tunnel.
Boys, we'll go in the cave after. Please, just stop. It's not safe out there. And you're just like,
I was gonna say, Calthier's with us. We've convinced him to.
no, that does not sound like Calthier.
Barbard.
That does not sound like Calthier.
Put them to sleep.
I heard that.
Well, heard what?
I promise we can go there after nap time.
Fine.
Does it actually look like the storm is slowing down in any capacity, though?
Make a perception check.
We all know. Oh.
Can I do one with him, standing there?
Disadvantage because I'm standing in front of you. I wish I had the power to impose that stuff.
15.
Natural 20 for 20.
It doesn't seem to be slowing down.
You guys will die out there, and I can't bring you back.
Fine.
We will check it out, I promise.
Simon, do you want to check out the little cave?
Always blocked, so.
Big one's no fun.
That's not very
I
nice.
want to try
I'm trying to
to
protect you guys.
look out
single
for.
tear.
Yeah. Put my goggles down so you can't see it. It just slowly starts to fill out.
I'll look for signs of worked stone and masonry and any style that I can recognize, any style of cornhole, any kind of writings, runes, anything like that. The type of the floor is rough, the floor is smooth. Like
The
that.
floor is rough. The tunnel itself is rough.
In fact, the floor is lava.
Okay.
Sure. As you make your way back into the tunnel, Ezekiel very shortly stands up and looks around. He sees you all coming and looks like he's scanning for something. And his eyes immediately go towards in the direction that you two are coming from, the obelisk that you, Artmere, had climbed up.
Yep.
He gives a like nod and begin making his way over to that obelisk in particular.
Like a nod at us, and then go through, or just a nod towards the
A nod
obelisk?
towards the obelisk.
Oh,
Walk
okay.
towards it. But you're in the same direction as the obelisk, so if you think that he's
Oh, I
nodding
see.
towards you, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm like, hey! You know the awkward, like, someone waves across the street?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not waving at me. Actually, to explore more of that potential... want to explore more of that potential heat source. If it does get stronger, then kind of follow it. If it doesn't, then...
Timon, as you walk in, you notice the floor is still rough. The cavern where it opens up is still rough. But there are these pillars made of stone that are scattered across around this chamber. They don't seem to be any sort of stonework that you've seen in the past that you're familiar with, aside from the shrine that you saw in the area where you came from.
And is the stone coloration, or I guess the walls of the tunnel, or not similar in coloration to what we were seeing before when we were coming in here?
No.
Like on the upside up?
It's not. It's not the same sort of like reddish stone that is common around Schema. It is a little bit grayer, but not quite. It's not the same type of stone in the wall or in the tunnel or in the stone that's carved, that the shrine is carved of. It's not.
Can I just, with one of my hammer and chisel, can I just hammer out a piece? I just want to... From the side of the tunnel.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The obelisk.
Yeah, the one that Mirador said.
No, that one's for the throwing and that.
Arkmar, as you approach, you start to pay a little bit closer attention to the temperature in the room. It does seem to be getting warmer as you approach the center, right? To the point where, like, as you walk over to one of the obelisks near you, when you climbed up the side that was facing the shrine.
Mhm.
You touched the opposite side of one of the pillars. It's like not that much warm, not that warm, but the side facing the center is noticeably warmer.
Interesting.
Kelter, as you're walking through into this, I assume you just followed Arkmir and Timon into this cavern.
Yeah, I heard there was an obelisk.
There's many obelisks.
Oh, okay.
There's about, I would say, 9 of them, roughly scattered.
You did say 8 to 10.
Ezekiel is related.
Each of them are roughly scattered at different distances
Yeah.
from the central shrine.
Is it the two
Okay.
The
doubles?
central shrine looks almost identical to the shrine that you've seen outside.
Yeah, that guy's no
Okay.
fun.
So basically, they tried
It has-
escaping. I held them back like little children, and then she followed Ezekiel.
I wanted to put him to sleep, but he heard.
They tried getting past me. I didn't allow it.
The shrine in the center of this room, as you approach it, it feels warmer than as you cross like the threshold of the small tunnel that leads into the ear. It feels noticeably warmer. You see the shrine in front of you that looks identical to the shrine before, except for the dragon statue within on the raised sort of like obelisk pillar.
Right.
The statue is, as opposed to being of a dark purple bluish crystal, it's more of a yellow, soft yellow, radiant-ish color. And it has almost like, you can't make it out from here, but the inlay coloring of like the wings and the wingtips looks a bit different too.
Right.
Also, Rafay whispered Alyssa, and I guessed it. Ezekiel's growing his wings back.
Oh, that's
As you walk in, you see Ezekiel walking towards one of the pillars,
Mhm.
one of the obelisks that stands up away from here. The one that Arkmir had seen have the symbol of the sword with the scales.
Yeah.
You just see him standing looking up at it with his arms crossed.
I see.
I didn't etch anything into that. So, what obelisk am I at right now?
Roll a d20 for me.
Oh, boy. 7. There's 9 obelisks. There's the cave entrance.
This one has. It takes you a little while to figure out what the symbol is. Actually, make a religion check. Right?
Oh no. 21.
It looks at first like just a bunch of straight lines. It's just like, what is this? This looks like a barcode. Barcodes don't exist in this one. It's only after a little bit of like looking at it and looking at it from different angles. It looks almost like a loom, like a weave of sorts of fabric. So like individual threads.
Cool.
Have I seen that before anywhere? Or?
I don't know if you'd have much of a past with religion, but you do recognize some sort of symbology of it. Particularly, actually, from the town that you're from.
Oh.
There are definitely temples.
Which is?
There are definitely temples of Orifexia in that town that you have seen.
Is that on the religion thing he sent us?
I don't remember that name.
And somehow,
Orifexia.
again,
Oh,
I
just
cannot
one
make
idea.
these up. That's just what you rolled. But this is the one that you would recognize based on the city that you're from.
His face.
Show scripted.
It's definitely not.
Bob Ross.
Okay.
How big is this room? It has all the obelisks in it.
Not that big. Probably like 60, 70 feet across.
Did Ezekiel tell us not to go anywhere?
No.
Okay.
He just
I'm just-
kind of went up to one that he calls the Shrine of the First with a yellow radiant crystal.
I'm just gonna slowly start circling the room and seeing if I recognize anything.
Make a religion check.
And then Astra got down on her knees.
Where's this
I had
radiant
to.
crystal?
So there's like the shrine in the middle
Yeah.
that has on it like the dragon statue similar to the one that you'd seen before.
Yeah.
That statue is made of like a radiant like crystal that's seemingly carved into that shape. Similar to the sort of like blackish blue crystal that the dragon in the where you come from was. This
Okay.
one's just carved of like a different type of crystal.
I was just gonna
It's not glowing per se, it's just made of like a soft yellowish
Yeah.
crystal.
like Celtic. You're at an obelisk right now, or?
I'm just looping.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna.
Oh,
hello. This looks like. You ever seen this in the other room? The other, I guess, back where we came from.
The
You're
upside
pointing.
up.
You're pointing
Think
at
so.
the Orifexia thing.
No, this is in the middle. That
There's one
Dragon
center
statue.
obelisk.
Right.
that looks like the dragon thing that you had that shrunk down.
Oh,
Yeah.
that. Sorry, what's the question then?
I was just like, this. I'm just pointing it out to
Oh,
you.
got
like,
it.
Hey, this looks like that little dragon doodad.
I'm gonna go into
Came
my
across.
bag and pull out the little dragon doodad. You mean this?
This is the first that you're seeing that he has it because you didn't notice and pick
Yeah,
it
I
up.
did not. Yeah.
I stole it.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. But also, I'm confused. It's so much. Why is it so small?
Honestly, I don't know. It fell off the pedestal it was on when we were last there, and it,
Magically ended up in your bag.
yeah, well, it kind of spoke to me. It told
That's
me-
a good one. I will use that.
Yeah. And it shrunk in size. So now it is this.
That happens sometimes. Especially when it's cold.
It's hot in here.
Are you holding it like?
I'm just showing you.
Okay.
Is it still like thrumming at all?
Yes. If anything, is thrumming a little bit stronger than what you used to.
What's
Also,
going
it's
on?
doing this.
As it like take your hand and move it closer to this thing. I'm not gonna grab it.
Yeah.
Just...
Like, is it react at all to this obelisk? Or to...
You walk up to the
Okay.
shrine itself and you hold it. It feels warmer to the touch. It actually stops thrumming so violently as you approach the shrine.
Interesting. The one above, does it look like it's following anyone?
No.
Okay.
It's just staring out opposite in the direction of the tunnel that you all came in from.
You saw this following me, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Have you noticed this one move in any way?
I haven't either. Yeah. No.
They seem to have some connection to the gods. I think like this one has a connection to my god.
Mm-hmm.
That is potentially why it drew its attention to me. I don't... Is there like a symbol or anything for the main obelisk? Anything on it? No? Would I have any... I mean, I rolled a natural one when you asked me to roll, so...
I think it wouldn't be... Make a religion check.
Another one?
This is very specifically... Actually, don't roll another one, just roll advantage, because this particular question, you probably would know the answer.
Was
We'll
it advantage
see.
to what he had before? 'Cause
Well,
Just,
I had-
You roll a one, just roll another die. And
He
we'll
did.
be-
I
was an
rolled 2 because I had
18.
disadvantage.
The other one was 18.
Okay.
Roll another one.
So if it was advantage,
Just
it
make
would-
a religion check.
Okay.
Not with advantage. Just make it on a roll.
There you go, 18.
Huh.
24.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist to associate
What's
this
a rocket?
particular shrine with
What's a scientist?
Solnavi, the first.
I'm not a rocket scientist, but I believe...
The warmth, the yellowish idol compared to the pitch black purple of the other one. The fact that they're diametric opposites of each
Right.
other.
Solnavi's
The first,
name.
the sister, Solnavi, is the god of the sun.
I believe this may be a shrine, or at least this obelisk to Solnavi, which is the god of the sun. The sun in the sky.
Just double checking, what are you doing?
I'm now pacing back and forth at the entrance, sulking, saying, I know I did the right thing. It wasn't nice for him to say I wasn't fun. That's it. Just
Oh, is that why I was upset?
Yeah.
He said I was no fun.
I was like, come on, Timmy, let's go.
back to the shrine.
Yeah. Actually, it makes a little bit of sense. There, the two opposite caverns, one shrine to the moon, one to the sun. I mean, they're opposites. If this is the parallel of the one that was on the other side, it theoretically at one time was a shrine to Solnavi there too. The one behind all the scales and rubble.
Interesting.
To be honest, I don't really... Was it answered at all where exactly we are? Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't.
We're in a
okay.
cave.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Were you ever sent Miralar previously was sent back? By the
Yeah,
time?
I heard that. Yeah,
Karthag?
he doesn't know how to get back. He was sent back.
Yeah.
Do you think the shrine, do you think both shrines are Solnavi? Because the other one really liked you, and isn't your goddess
No.
in there?
This one is Solnavi. The other one
Yeah.
would have been Linvari.
Yes.
From the shrine, do we get a better perspective of all the symbols? Or are they still too high?
I mean, they're far away and like a
Okay.
little bit higher above you. If you had like binoculars or something, you could make them out. But from they're also not that big. They're like this big on the obelisk. We're trying to see them from like 10. Some of them are 20 feet out. Some of them are 30 feet out. That's
You know, you
not
run.
immediately obvious.
Run and
you
go
can,
through
you
each
can
one.
do like a ring around and figure out all of them.
Sure, I'll go do that while other people are doing their thing.
Question: I'm just pacing around, looking at these obelisks. The only god that I really know is Denax. Do I see their symbol in any of the obelisks?
You can circle around and find out. You do notice, as you're the one who's closest to Ezekiel at this point, he's set down his hammer in front of the obelisk. Like a big flail two-handed hammer that you have used before. He set it down and he's kind of kneeling down on the ground. He's definitely... He looks like he's praying. At this one obelisk in particular.
Is it the one in the front where people were?
Yeah.
I pass behind him and just kind of casually say, "So, a ruby, eh?"
He doesn't react. He just sits there.
I'm polite. Like walk around. If it's not giving me any attention, I just walk.
He's sitting, praying.
I do an awkward toot beside.
As you start walking off in one of the directions, the arc mirror, are you going in the same direction as you see Timon kind of starting to walk off? Are you just going to join up with him and follow him along, or are you going in the opposite direction? Are you looking for?
I can join up in the same direction. Timon, these the obelisks seem to have these little carvings at the top of them. So, if you don't mind me, I'm just gonna join you and try and take a quick peek at these along the way.
Sure. Do you want the hand to get up?
I should be able to walk up these, but if you can throw me up, then that works too.
I can throw you up. Can practice a little move.
It's like a run at you, and you're like, oh, a little twirl. Stick
Is it
the landing.
lit in here?
As you come to think about it, it is unlit, but you can see everything as brightly as though it were day.
Goddamn
Aw.
Salmoni.
Is that just because of you and your crazy black eyes?
All of you can.
Well, I'm not in there.
Wait, is it kind of like a...
When you were in the tunnel at the start,
Yeah.
it was very clearly dark further in.
I do. Is it like almost like a vignette thing where it's like on the edges of the cave it kind of gets darker, but it's like lighter in the middle, or is it just like equally bright throughout the whole thing?
It seems like it's equally bright throughout the whole thing.
Okay.
It's weird. It's weird now that you think about it that there aren't like all the shadows from these obelisks, for example. They're like not as dark as shadows that you would be used to.
Wait, but which way are the shadows facing from these obelisks?
They're
Like,
just diffused all around. It's like everything just
There
has a
is no
soft
shadow.
diffuse over it. There's not really shadows.
that's when you said the word shadows. So I'm like, okay.
It's strange. There's just light coming from everywhere, from all around you. But it's not bright light. It's feels like you're just standing outside in the day. Not like it's sunny, like it's sun blasting down on you. It's just it's weird. That's the whole point of this. It feels unnatural now that you think about it.
So everything looks like a poorly rendered like CGI screen because it has no shadow.
Kind of.
It's just like
It has like a soft diffuse shadow on everything and nothing. It's really weird.
that. I guess it is circling the obelisk. Do I see any other? What other symbols do we come across?
Roll a d20 for me.
Can I help?
This is just what you're coming across. If you want to roll a d20 for the next one, you can. It's just the next obelisk, because
I thought I was trying to like spot the thing.
with his ability to climb up and your ability to like help lift him up, like the 10-15 feet that he needs to, you'll be able to see it eventually as you make your way through all of them.
6.
6, you say? Yeah. The first one that you come across, and this is actually one that's a little closer to the shrine that's in the middle. It looks almost like a small plant, like a two-pronged, like sapling of sorts.
Small plant. Okay. So I'm coming down. I'm kind of just drawing on a page and Sure, chime in. So we've got
Do I know that one? I don't think I know that.
I don't think so. You can make a religion check if you want, but I don't think you would.
Whoa. Say no more.
9.
16. Actually, wait, 18. But yes, probably not.
Alright, next.
On to the next one.
Meanwhile, is there anything that you two want to be doing? Astra or Calvin?
Astra doesn't. She knows a lot about religion, but she's not a religious person, so she doesn't really know like the proper etiquette with praying. So she's just kind of politely sitting there waiting for him to finish before she finishes. But she's kind of like peeking at him out of the corner of her. Wait.
Atta girl.
Finishes praying.
You wrote the narrative.
But she does want to try to kind of have a look around because she is really curious if, from where she is, if there is one specific, just from her readings and like studying religion, she's curious, like just really intrigued if there is anything that would symbolize the cosm.
Make a perception check.
I think it's this one. Um, 12.
You don't see anything in particular.
Okay.
You just see shrines to ostensibly some of the gods.
Okay. And what about Ezekiel? Any?
He's just sitting and praying at one of the shrines. You walk up to him, it looks the same. Nothing, no different.
Okay. I'm still kind of like next to him, like doing what I think is praying.
Counter.
Is the dragon statue the one in the middle? Is it just staring straight back out the cave entrance? Probably just mostly journaling all of this. And I guess also at one point I would have put his hand up to see if he can sense like any kind of divine presence to any of this.
There's a divine presence all around you.
Oh, so
as soon as you step forth, you can feel like the warmth, and especially as the warmth gets warmer as you get closer to the shrine, you can feel that there's definitely some trace of divine presence here.
gods are here.
It's inside you.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything specific then other than just kind of like journaling the layout of all of this in contrast to what we saw out in the other side there.
You can roll a d20 this time to see which god you come across next.
Say, like I sit there
Yeah,
politely and wait for him
trying to
finish.
throw
Before you finish.
Arkmir up, kind of like the strongman competition that he's throwing like logs up his My overthrow.
Oh,
10.
oh, that's a 19. Still
Coincidences literally abound at this point.
Wow. What familiar to you?
Arkmir, as he throws you up, you see a symbol that it looks almost like a curved, almost like a U of sorts, that forms like a small bowl, so to speak.
Okay.
Underneath it, there seems to be almost like sticks and stones, almost like a fire.
Right.
Looks kind of like a crucible of sorts, if you know what like medical terminology, like chemistry is.
Do you recognize that?
As he lands and he describes it to you, you recognize it immediately as the symbol of Denax, the Breaker.
Oh. Oh, this is Denax.
Who?
Oh, that's the god of. Well, it's kind of like the god of like being strong and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not an expert on these things. I just know that a lot of people in my clan look up to him and stuff. Like, when people get banged up, they kind of see it as a tribute to the Nux, because then it kind of helps him get stronger, type of thing. Some people take it way too seriously.
Interesting. This
Hasn't helped me too much, but that symbol is everywhere in Cornwall.
I could probably make Denix pretty strong then.
I go to the obelisk, I get my hammer and tuk tuk tuk. Danax, are you there?
No response.
See? Maybe they just don't like talking to me. Well,
Four
go
out
to
of
the
five.
next.
On to the next.
You can roll a d20 this time if you'd like.
13 again.
Okay, well, then I'm just gonna have to go down the list as opposed to giving
Get
you.
back to the same
Why you keep going?
You know when you go into a store and then you come out a certain way thinking that you're going ahead, that you're going back?
This one is a little bit further away from the center. It seems like it might be one of the ones that is the furthest away. This one and another one are the two that are the furthest away. The symbol carved on it is almost like a talon of like a clawed bird of sorts.
Okay.
After several minutes of cataloging what I've seen, I'll probably somewhere where there's just like a bit of open space, not like beside any of the specific obelisks, because I'm gonna imagine there is not one for Limbari here. I'm going to I'll just sit down somewhere, put down that little statue that I found there, as well as like my holy symbol, and then I'll pray to Limbari.
Disrespect.
I went away.
The statue grows.
You find it very easy to fall into prayer in this cavern of sorts. It seems like just the warmth and the nature of everything around you. There's like some peace and quiet in this raging tempest of a storm. Just all of a sudden, you find yourself at peace. You sit and you pray. Astra, you notice Ezekiel is praying, and these small pieces of dirt and dust begin to kick up from the ground around him and around you. They just begin to like gently float.
He storms inside. He's just
So
sending.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, back to you two. Who wants to roll to see what the next god is?
I'll go.
You're about approaching the end, like you're coming almost all the way around.
We have 4 more?
11.
Depending if they all have one.
There aren't enough for all.
Oh.
Oh shit.
You come across. It looks almost like, and this is strangely, you recognize the shape more than you recognize the exact symbol, because you've seen the shape almost everywhere in Schema. It's a cog.
Huh.
It's a big old cog.
That's yours.
I don't know religion.
Wait, you're not the tinkerer. Never mind.
Well, I'm the tinkerer. Maybe it's a
no, but
statue
you're
for me.
the builder. You're Bob the builder.
What's another word for builder?
Tinkerer.
Fix it.
I am a god.
Do you know what really messed me up though? Because Rafe gave me like the writing about all the different gods from the beginning, and then I made up my own symbols to help me remember them. And then Rafe came up with actual symbols. So these are not the real symbols.
Yeah, that makes logical sense.
Yeah.
That's what Astra would do.
He describes like chicken feet, so I kind of make a scratch that looks like chicken feet. To me, that's externalized as the god symbol.
3 more. You don't know what's on them.
I'm not trying to throw you the next one.
From here? Yeah, we're getting
From
more
here.
bold.
Yeah.
It's a game at this point.
Yeah.
3.
Roll a 20.
20.
20.
Ooh, 20. Interesting.
God of death.
Why did I waste it on this?
You unlock.
It's okay, dragon's already dead.
This obelisk has on it, strangely, a lightning bolt.
Oh.
A new god.
It's the Flash.
It's Barry Allen.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is the one that is farthest from the center.
From the center.
What's
I feel like I need a drawing for you later on. Like the proximities to this shrine.
It's just the Watcher symbol, aka Astra, aka Future Astra, is the god of the lightning bolts.
God of the lightning bolts.
Are all the obelisks slightly different?
They're all at
distances?
different distances from the center.
Yeah.
So they're like orbiting like planets around the sun.
An obelisk is like the shape of the Washington Monument.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
She asked specifically for you.
Yeah.
Because I knew, but I didn't think that you would know. So.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Kelter knows what the Washington Monument is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I visited there once. Summer in college. It was great.
2 more. Explore. On to the next.
Which one?
What's your what are both of your passive perception?
I think mine is 14.
Passive perception. 10.
One of you roll a 20 or 20.
Go for it. My investigation is definitely higher. Perception.
How high?
17.
Not as high as yours. 18.
That's still really high.
This one, as you're looking up, you see almost like a tower of sorts.
Is a symbol?
Yeah, it looks almost like a rook, like a chess piece. in some ways.
Like
Is it,
one that someone
is
would
it-
stand in and watch over other people from.
Does it say
Doesn't
north
sound like
under
that
it?
kind of
Yeah.
North. Is it on the north part of the?
Welcome to North.
Yeah.
How far is this one from the sun?
Pretty close. Much closer than the one that you'd immediately seen before it.
Okay.
One
This
of
is
the
not the same
closer-
one with the lightning bolt, right? This is the next
So
one.
chicken fit, lightning bolt, tower,
Chicken.
And then there's one more.
Then there's one.
bowl with stones underneath.
One more?
I know which one this is, so you don't
Roll.
have to roll.
No,
I rolled it anyways. It's a 9.
Alright, that's fine.
Funnily enough, that is actually very close to the number that it is on this list.
From like Gimli got
that
thrown in
is
order.
almost. That's weird.
That's the 9.
This one looks almost like a hand mirror, like a mirror.
Oh god damn! Does he get transit?
Like a round
A mirror?
Yeah, you're just like,
This one is the closest to the center.
So it's the favorite.
Is it the withering?
That doesn't sound like a sun god.
We'll come back to you. Kelpier.
Oh no. I know.
You're sitting and you are praying.
Mhm.
And you find yourself at peace easier than you've ever felt before. Is there anything in particular you would hope to pray for, or anything that you're
You just hear.
for?
praying, just partially like usual prayer of just kind of like watch over us, and but also partially kind of like somewhat a little bit informative of kind of like us being in this unknown realm, and finding refuge in Solnavi's presence, and just kind of asking for any kind of help to get all these people home, and for any kind of like protection.
You feel a faint, almost, it's not really like a gust of wind, but like a faint sort of like waft of wind that just like caresses past your like hair and shoulders, or
Not hair.
your shoulders and
My
like
eyebrows.
your neck, and you feel warmth come upon you as though you are
That too.
in a comfortable place of sorts, and you can't help but look, feel your vision drawn towards Ezekiel. He's sitting there, he's praying, and you notice him for the first time sitting there. As you look at him, the stumps on his shoulder, the blood seems to have completely disappeared. And there's almost like a faint bit of radiant glow coming from them in particular. As you look, you can make out this like strange amount of like dust being kicked up, almost like a light, gentle dust cloud that's forming around where he's sitting, and Astra's sitting. You feel like he might have an answer to your question.
I will wait patiently for him
To finish?
to finish. Oh, yeah, I'll watch.
Slap him.
Did we look at them all?
You got them all.
Let's go bug the big one. That's what's happening. It's just people.
Ezekiel stops praying, lifts his head up, looks at you sitting beside him.
That was great.
Yes, there's some more. I must say, it has been a long time since I have prayed.
Yes.
This is my, that was my first time. It was nice. You were really into it though. That was pretty cool. You had like little rocks and stones and dirt were
He looks
floating up.
around.
And your wing stubs were all glowy. That was cool.
Well, I guess I won't be seeing her again.
Who? The first?
No.
Lyra?
Lyra?
I think I'm going to go home.
He's going to the astral plane.
Where's home? Like the mushroom lounge?
Come, gather your friends. And he gets up and begins to walk towards the central shrine.
Guys, gather.
Oh, we're gone. We're back.
Yeah, I'm still at that cave entrance. Now I'm like, oh
Guys.
god, round 2, you're not leaving this cave.
How's the storm? Was it any better?
It's actually gotten worse somehow.
You're not even looking.
I just checked like 10 minutes ago.
10 minutes is a long time.
What happened to the brave
We
big
were,
one I knew?
we were fighting the
We're gonna
dragons for
talk
like
about
40
the
times.
word you said that you missed it.
I assume we can hear Astra?
You heard Astra. Give a little bit of a call to all of you.
Not now, Astra.
We're going to Ezekiel's home?
The mushroom lounge?
That's what I asked. He said no. You just hear like echoing.
Ezekiel walks over to the central shrine and just turns around and almost silhouetted by the pillar in the middle of the shrine. You all approach and he looks at you all. I fear I will not be able to return to Lyra. There is a penance that I must make, and in my prayers I have received much knowledge that I will be accepted among my kin, regardless of my crimes.
Do I get the sense that he is speaking out of his own free will, or is he being mind controlled again?
Make an insight check.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
14.
He rolled natural 1.
Oh. He's being
You
controlled.
can read him like an open book. Ezekiel Merilar has always tried to avoid saying any lies. He's generally always spoken the truth. And at this moment, you unequivocally believe that he is telling the truth. That this is what he truly believes on.
Can I ask a question?
Yes,
Or 3?
certainly.
What's Ruby? Who's your people? And the third one I forgot.
I'll take the third one. Would you like to write a letter to Lyra? If you're not coming to our home?
The first one went over really well.
Because I don't know if you've noticed, but you kind of look like an angel.
Fourth question. What the fuck is the crystal? Where did you get that?
Fifth question, can I have one?
Why don't we start from the beginning?
Once upon a time.
I am what you may call an angel, as you put it. We prefer to be known as planetars.
Spell his name wrong because I'm too excited.
The earliest memories I have of her are of service on Mount Celestia. Under the serving the god Cernum.
Sorry,
The judge.
Mount Celestial?
Oh,
Cernum.
Surnum?
The judge.
Cernan?
Cernum.
Cernum?
The
Is
judge.
that with a C or an S?
Sernim.
Cernum, the judge. I'm gonna write duh. Okay.
She represents justice
Makes sense.
and justice that must be served, regardless of any cost, any harm, any loss of personal being. The absolute justice. I was created, I don't. Beings like us don't really have a childhood of sorts. I was created and I served, and home is Mount Celestia. I was sent to this land almost, I would say, roughly about a century ago, maybe less,
Whoa.
to help train some warriors, some a holy order of knights known as the Ordo Draconis. They're based out of Icefall. They're staunch worshippers of Cernum, and as a boon of her loyalty, I was sent to help train the next legions of their army. It was there that I met Rubena, or Ruby, as you might put it.
Oh, Ruby.
She was one of the high-ranking officers, and I helped train her, and we worked on battle plan and strategies together, and I can't help but say I fell in love with her.
Rubena, you said? Was she a strong gal?
Much stronger than me.
I figured for you to name the weapon after her. Did you name the weapon after her? Oh.
but it does fit.
What happened to her?
She, unfortunately, her relationship with me and her becoming pregnant with Lyra was not something that was allowed in the Ordo Draconis, so to speak. She gave birth to Lyra and then insisted that, in her own way, the justice that she deserved, she returned to the Ordo Draconis and served out her punishment, which was death.
Oh. So she chose to die
She did.
for having a kid?
That was her belief in justice. And it was at that moment that I broke my faith.
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
That was where he looks over his shoulder. I could not follow the dogmatic ways any further. I could not return home knowing that it would leave my daughter behind. And so I stayed. I left. I ran away with this child. We hid for the past, I would say, 30, 40 years, roughly.
Was he looking back at his wings?
It
So-
was.
Oh, like inferring. Okay.
I left these behind in the mountains near Icefall, where we had fled to and we were leaving the city. The Ordo Draconis have a secret.
Then I could really fly.
The Ordo Draconis. The city of Icefall was built upon the shores of a lake. A deep lake with strange ruins underneath it. That is the only place in the known world that these crystals can be found. He lifts up his hand. These are a closely guarded secret, and every member of the Ordo Draconis receives one or more of these based on their rank and order. There's this ancient ritual that they undertake which involves gruesome pain, flesh grafting in order to embed these within their bodies. And that is what gives them their unnatural strength. If you come face to face with a member of the Ordo Draconis, I suggest fleeing. Especially a high-ranking one. Now, Rubena, being a high-ranking officer, had 3 such crystals. One. If you've seen the other. And he pulls off the vest, and right in between his shoulder blades, you see a third.
How did Lyra get her crystal?
It wasn't easy.
I had a vision that I had them. How's that possible?
That brings us to today.
Are you gonna give me yours?
Can I have one?
Well, I got shocked.
I want one.
I saw them in me first.
Yeah, but I tried to kill. No, not even.
Wait, what was that?
I
A few of us may have seen them in our vision.
think my
Only
path
me.
my
I'd like a
path
bag of
leads
them.
me back home. And the easiest way back home. He kneels down on the floor.
I'm gonna go give him a hug.
Oh, he wants us to kill him.
Yeah. Well,
I'm gonna give him a
before
hug.
Yeah.
let's
Okay.
talk things through a little bit here, but thinking about Lyra, Is there anything or things that you would like us to bring back to her?
I will be able to reach out to her from Mount Celestia. I feel I am missed there, which is a strange thing to say, for I've been fleeing and being worried for my fate, being worried about the penance and that I must serve. I feared perhaps more than I should have.
Before we worry about what we're going to do when we get back, there's the matter of how we're getting back.
That's where the crystals come in. These crystals protect from the storm. That is what the Ordo Draconis use them for in many ways.
Aye, that's what I was going to ask. Like, what do you know about the fucking plane riders? Have you heard of the storm riders?
Rift
The Rift Walkers.
Rift Walkers.
He doesn't say that actually. He's just like, I don't think I've heard of him.
Have you heard of someone named Teddy?
Can't say I have.
Theodore Constantine?
Yes.
Constantine?
As far as I know, he's one of Lady Garnet's associates.
He has one of those. He
does.
he said something about walking
I've never
through the storms with those.
personally
what
never met him.
What about Anya?
Anya Ironbeard?
Not
Can't
through
say
your
I
tongue.
recognize the name. I mean, it's your name, but
So, just hypothetically, if we were to send you home and take these crystals, where do we go in the storm to get out of here? You say it protects us, but how do we actually leave?
that part I don't know.
Oh, you're useless.
But this should theoretically grant at least two of you protection from the storm.
Well,
You will not. I'm just going to say, do not attempt to graft these crystals on yourself. Just hold on to them. Do not attempt to graft them into yourself. It is a very dangerous, very painful process. You
I
might
promise you I won't.
I'm just thinking back to my vision. I think because I had it on me as well. I'm just like,
I had like one in my metal arm and a whole bag of
the
them.
one here. That one empowers potentially in combat. You might have seen the effects of it in the prior fight.
Oh.
The one in the back was a futile attempt at attempting to recover my lost flight.
So again, I know you said not to, but maybe you saw I was flying out there. If I definitely won't try and put it in my bag, but will I be able?
Do not.
Okay. But
I repeat, do not.
But again, hypothetically, will I grow wings like that?
These are. I couldn't get it to work, so I don't know.
Okay, again, I won't try.
I would ask that you return them to Lyra when you return, but her having more, as well as knowing any details of what these are, could simply put her at greater risk. The Ordo Draconis does not like losing these crystals. Giving these to you will put a target on your back, and I want to know whether you are okay with that. Being in the simple possession of these crystals is ground for execution if an Ordo Draconis member is to become aware of it. These are the most dangerous secret in... Well, one of the most dangerous secrets. I guess this entire place is a dangerous secret. You all seem to really like running into dangerous secrets.
do they have? I guess this Order of Draconis. Do they have a way of detecting these crystals?
No, they do not.
Then we just put it
So
in our
as long as
backpack.
it's
Easy.
hidden from them, we
Can't we
should be
just
fine.
like if you're
There
all
are
good?
many of them. Many of the soldiers are imbued with them. Perhaps they've figured out a way to track them, but I don't think so. Because it took them a long time to find where I was. That was when they sent some of the assassins, clearly, that have been targeting me.
Right.
But if you're all
He
good
looks
now,
very clearly at you, Artmir, as saying that.
True.
I think you make a good point. Like, I heard 2 words, but I agree. Why can't you just come back and be with Lyra if you're all?
No, that's not what I was gonna say.
Just kidding.
Can I blast your head off?
Yeah.
No, if you're good with the Order Draconis and you can go back, everything's
I'm
fine.
not. The Order Draconis will kill me on sight. These crystals are.
He's going to
They're.
Mount Celestia.
These crystals are very much trade secret, so to speak.
I'm really good at secrets.
She's very much not.
Whatever you all do, try to not let known the fact that Lyra has one and where she is. For all they know, I possess them because of Ravenna.
But
And
if we
perhaps
were,
with my death, they will be lost. They will not know where they are.
because your death will spread, people will be made known that you're gone.
If you do, I guess, leave us here, what message would you want us to pass on to Lyra? I know you mentioned that you could reach her on your own.
You can just tell her that I did truly love her and cared for her. And one of the benefits of my nature and hers in turn is that death never truly comes to us. In who knows how long, once my penance is complete, once Cernum has judged me,
This is all bullshit.
I may return and see her again.
Return how? Like, this is all. Once you're dead, you're dead. You're just gonna abandon her like that? This is bullshit.
Part of what you say is correct. I will
Rats,
be,
why are you giving up?
because I think this is what I need to do.
Poor Lyra. Her and I just gained a father. Now he's leaving.
You also see me put back a metal ball into my package.
What?
My satchel. Couldn't think of the word. But I recorded where he said that I truly loved her.
Nice.
Why are you giving up?
I think it's less giving up and more that I trust her to be able to do this on her own. And I think
Don't.
one of these, this is something that I need to do now. It's something that I've been avoiding for a long time.
Oh, avoiding suicide? Great. What do you want? Pat on the back?
That's not.
I'm not gonna listen to this. And I told you before, I won't kill in your name. And I woke up.
Let's wait to the treasure.
God damn it! He just left. I know it.
This long spiel.
Nobody save him. I told him if he dies, he dies.
Ezekiel just looks back at you. And it's just like as you're walking away, he nods and turns back to the rest of you. He is not wrong on some basis, but he is wrong about others. When you've lived the life that I have lived, you know that it doesn't end with death. It's only the first step.
There's not much I really understand about all this religion stuff. But for the first time in a while, this all somewhat makes sense. We met you, and I wasn't sure I could trust you, and you were definitely a bit of a shady fellow. But now it seems like you're just doing what's best for you and your family. You just want to go home. And I understand that feeling.
One of these days, I will return and be the father that Lyra deserves. But I have to do this.
Will you be reunited with Rubana?
You know, part of me thinks that I will.
Who's gonna do it?
Not it.
So how do you want to do this?
Roll the hit, please.
He just sits in front of the shrine in the light of the first.
No, I think he meant like with a knife or with like a
Yeah,
gun or
witch
an
bolt.
eldritch blast to the face.
He just sits there with his arms wide open.
I mean, as part of my clerical duties, I've laid people to rest. I don't mind doing this if others are uncomfortable.
Oh, his true nature's coming out.
It's like Gideon though.
Yeah. Just pull out this really weird weapon, like, it's like this weird hook thing.
Mirala's like, no.
Yeah, I have my tools.
Just start like eviscerating
Yeah,
it.
you'll want to leave. This will take hours.
He takes off his paper face.
Oh yeah.
If you're comfortable, I can definitely help in case you're afraid.
I'll be there to assist.
I'm gonna go over this way. I forgot to vacuum my room.
Go make sure Timon's not dead outside the storm.
Yes, that's what I was gonna do.
You can stop him, I think.
Totally.
Okay. And I'll just stand by you.
Stand back.
You're sure about this? I tend to ask this quite often, but
I've never been more sure about anything in my life other than the fact that I needed to keep Lyra safe.
can I keep your weapon?
Unfortunately, the weapon comes with
That's
me.
okay.
coming
I was
to
just
that ship.
checking. It's very, very cool.
Is there anything that you leave behind?
Well, just the things I didn't bring here.
The crystals. I'll just get like
Interesting.
a cloth ready, I guess, just to like pick them up.
I'm gonna pick one up.
Well, you weren't always the kindest of men, but thank you for helping save my city. You're a good man after all.
Thank you.
And hopefully one day we will see you again in some form, I think.
I hope so.
I'll just reach out to shake his hand.
He puts out a giant hand and shakes yours.
Before this all happens, is there... You said that you can still kind of talk to people. You'll be able to come back and see Lyra. Is there a way for us to reach out to you if we need to when you're on this other side?
I believe there's magic that can arrange that, but I don't know if it'll be able to reach me. I have to admit, as hopeful as I am, and as much as it seems like what awaits me is good, I'm sure there will be some level of atonement, prayer, worship, something to keep me busy. I will never be truly gone. That is part of our nature.
Interesting.
Just as not doing anything to harm people, as is not being under control by a tyrannical dragon. I have to thank you all for what you did outside, for what you've done for my people, for Lyra, for Schema, for the Govindalos. Hopefully she will be able to lead them better while I'm gone.
I have to go check on Timon.
If you're ready.
He kneels down on the ground and again spreads his arms. Justice must be served.
I don't know.
Just I'm assuming Calthir would know what is like the least painful way and quickest way to do it. Whether that's just like
It's
dagger to the
not about-
temple, like
It's less about that, and it's more about the magical nature of things.
okay.
To a being that is willing, inflict wounds is the least painful thing to do.
I do have Calthier.
If you do not have it,
I definitely
then
don't.
you should probably just stab him to death.
Well, I do, and I'll just show the psychic dagger. What would this be?
I mean, in one way or another,
More tame.
it would be less bloody.
You take the dagger. He just like lays his head
I'll put
down.
my hand on your arm.
Damn, this got really dark. It's not supposed to be this dark.
Yeah, what part of like incentivizing suicide?
I almost feel bad for healing him a few minutes ago.
Yeah. This may take a couple of.
You, over the course of a couple of
Hours.
attacks with your psychic dagger, you begin to make leeway, and very quickly you notice his facial expression is just peace at this point. The psychic damage does cause like his blood to stream down from his ears, from his nose,
I'll just wipe it off. Try and
but
look in
he
this.
eventually crumples to the ground. His entire body begins to glow
Do it again.
and fades away almost into a sort of like whitish dust that like floats up into the air.
Now you see
crystals
one of the
behind.
lens does start to fill with tears. Then I'll-
Where his corpse was, you just see the two large diamond-shaped crystals.
You grab one. I'll grab one.
They're staying together.
No.
Oh yes,
No,
yes,
no,
yes,
no,
yes.
no,
I
no,
punch
no.
him in the face and grab.
I've already
wrap
grabbed
them up.
one. They're not staying together.
Chaos.
We're like fighting over his dead body. Just went away. Where is it?
The crystals themselves, as you touch them,
Well, I'm touching with a cloth.
Roll a
I don't know what the
d20.
fuck he's doing, but
I held it.
they feel ice cold to the touch.
Ice cold.
Yeah.
Ice fall.
Despite being like the entire surroundings being super warm, they feel very cold. They have this like iridescent glow and like a strange, almost like purplish hue that kind of like susurrates across the inner part of the crystal. They're unlike anything you've ever seen. Time, last round. What did you do?
So I walked away. I went all the way to the entrance of the tunnel. Look out to see how's the storm going.
The storm looks to be a little bit more abated at this point.
More what?
Abated. Less. A little bit calmer.
just
You wanna
because
explain the
Calthier
Calthier?
doesn't know.
Yeah.
It's still there. You still see the lightning bolts falling off in the distance, but they're more sporadic, and much of the rocks and ruins and stuff that were floating up have kind of like settled back down.
Do I see anybody close to me?
You look around behind you and you see Astra walking up in your direction. She's still a little bit away, but
Where's the little one?
and then make a perception check.
Guard backing it up.
I already told him if he dies, I ain't resing him.
Don't care. 14?
You don't see anyone.
That is bullshit. It's just within his family. Don't care.
Poor Lyra.
I don't know. Do you trust me?
Of course. But I don't think you should go in there. No,
running.
wait.
And I want to run as quickly as possible to the other cave.
Make an athletics check.
Athletics check.
God, I hope it's the natural one.
Just
Trips instantly.
That's exactly what I said would happen.
Do you trust me? Yes.
Amazing.
Well, as soon as my 10-year-old habit decides to load. Alright. This is athletics.
Oh, with that strength. Oh, baby.
Yeah, just start. Alright. 10.
You take off running, you turn the corner, and you begin to clamber over some of these rocks because there is like a little bit of a rocky ledge that leads in that direction. You're able to climb up fine. You're a little bit out of breath. You're like running forward because you have been through a rough battle so far. You do notice that as you're leaving, like the clouds almost right above the entrance of where you were, and like these two tunnels, like almost directly above it, there is still like a little bit of a like cloud funnel, like a tornado that's kind of formed up there. But it does seem to be calmer overall. So you are fine to make your way through. You get to this much larger, much wider cave entrance. You duck inside quickly.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. A bit winded, but
You'd actually be able to hear. Can she actually hear him?
You
Yeah.
wouldn't be
It's
able
not
to
that
hear
close, and there's
You
a
wouldn't be able
storm.
to hear him.
I
It was like 30 plus feet on
Yeah.
on the map.
It was ways away.
Yeah.
So, question. Did I notice any runes in that storm?
You did not notice any runes. But the first thing that you notice as you enter into this cavern is large shapes just scattered all about. Large, round shapes that are cracked.
Probably.
Some of them look like they're made of stone. Some of them are massive. Some of them are fairly small. Many of them are broken. Most of them are broken. But they all seem to form like around the edges of this entire cavern in front of you.
Oh. Rats. What are these eggs? I try to very calmly approach the one that's the closest, but like I'm trying not to go very deep into the tunnel.
Make a stealth check.
As we arrive, where'd Timon go? Who abandoned their family now?
Oof. 17?
Don't you have disadvantage?
I do.
Moving
You got a
forward.
nat 20 there
Nat
too?
20 and 16.
Damn.
You make your way forward and you approach one of these smaller round shapes. It does look like an egg of sorts.
Is it like when you said cracked? Does it look like it like
Some of them, so they're all in different shapes and different like states of disrepair. Some of them are cracked. Some of them are just like completely fallen over. Some of them are just like shards on the ground. Some of them are actually just solid petrified stone. You have no idea what. Like, there's a lot of them. We're talking hundreds of varying different sizes.
And this is a big cavern, I guess.
Very. Make a perception check, Mark.
God damn. 16.
Looking through all of these different eggs, different larger eggs, smaller eggs, you make out almost in the center of the cavern, which is a little bit more recessed than like below the rest of the surrounding edges. You can see a faint crackle of red lightning.
Oh, shit.
About like 2 feet. Well,
So it looks like another rift.
it's almost like it's snaking along the ground.
The ground?
Yep.
Do what I do. That's not what I expected to find. I just inspect like one of the eggs a little closer. Like, does it look like this particular egg has anything inside, or something came out of it, or
Make an investigation check.
8?
This particular egg looks like it's broken. Like, it doesn't seem like anything came out of it. It seems like almost just like old. Like,
Old?
There doesn't
Like-
seem to be any sign of like active life around the egg. Like, there's no mucus, there's no fluid, there's nothing. It's just dried out, like a dried husk of sorts.
And then, 2 questions. Does this cavern look, is it lit at all?
No.
Is it, like just rough stone or carved, or
Rough stone.
same material, like
Same material.
grayish? And that's all I can see in here? Like, are there any more tunnels, any other passages that I can see from here?
Make a perception check.
It was 15 and then turned to 5. 9. Can't see shit, I guess.
No, but there are, like, you can make out from here, like, in a central area. There does seem to be some, like, bones and rags and things scattered there. There's, like, debris there that seems unlike the rest of the surroundings that are mostly just these eggs that are cracked and broken. The middle section looks kind of, like, lived in some ways. There's not much, to be honest. Meanwhile, Astra, what do you do?
She's like in the tunnel, not knowing which way to go because she doesn't want to go into like where there's still some sort of storm happening. She doesn't want to go back and see Ezekiel getting killed. So she's kind of like, pacing back and forth, not knowing which way to go. And then she's damn it, and then starts going back towards the rest of the guys, but with, like, covering her eyes along the way so she doesn't want to walk in and see anything too gruesome.
Kaltir, Arkmir, and Big One, you picked up these crystals. What do you do?
Not exactly sure where we go from here, but we have these now. Yeah. If what we've seen is true, it will allow someone to walk through a rift, but I don't know where we're going to find one.
Yeah, it didn't sound like even Ezekiel knew where he was pushed back.
Was Ezekiel, from, I guess, as far as we saw during the battle, was he immune to, like, the lightning?
He was still taking hits from it. He was taking damage from it.
Okay, so it was kind of the same situations.
I don't know how exactly we want to go about getting out of this place, though if it's anything like the other storms we've been in, it's going to hurt a lot. Getting out of these, I mean, Tymond was zapped by a storm weeks ago. I was recently as well. It drains you of everything. And we were only in that storm for minutes, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So we were exposed for quite a while there.
Guys? Is it done?
Yes.
He's gone. You can look.
Timon went into the... I tried to stop him.
You went where?
He ran into the other room that we were trying to stop him from, and he said, "Do you trust me?" I said, "Yes, but of course I do, but I'm really worried about your safety, and I don't think it's a good idea for you to go in there because I anticipate it's likely what you're about to do." And then he just ran, and I really tried hard to stop him, but then...
On your conscience, you hear, first thing that she does is go and tell the others. So much for trusting.
I was just like, that's my boy.
Yeah, I can see the smile. I'm just like...
You're like, no,
I'm just worried he's gonna get hurt, and I don't want to run into
I
there
think
again.
he's gone.
Just have
He
to
is
let him
not
go.
gone.
Minor thing. How big is the crystal?
The item?
Crystal.
The crystal.
Oh, the crystal. It's like about yay big.
Okay.
Like half a foot, 6 inches, 5-6 inches.
Okay. I was trying to think about if I can slip that underneath my glove or something here.
Totally good.
Hold it on, just like
You
maybe
might need to
a little
strap
bandage.
it a little
Yeah,
bit, potentially.
tie that there.
And you, I promised your dad that I would keep you safe, so no going try to put it into your back like you were talking about.
Oh, that's an experiment for another day.
No, I'm not
I don't
that.
have my tools here.
I
I'm
can help
telling
you
your
with that.
father regardless. You too. Stay out of this.
Yes, well, it seems like a lot of people here are pretty reckless. I mean, Timon said he wouldn't do something stupid, and he went and did something stupid. You tried cutting out teeth in the middle of a storm, that was kind of stupid. You
And
had a
look where
dragon
we're
fall
at.
on your face, that was kind of stupid.
I killed the dragon.
So if
in
I
the
put a
process,
crystal in my
though.
back, it only joins the stupid. I really don't have much to say about you. You're just
You're not stupid.
Big one's really changed, guys.
Thank you.
He needs to be taken to the other side.
Big one's really changed from his.
We probably should go make sure he's okay. I don't want to speak for everyone in the group. I know before in the past you seem to be unaffected leaving the storms.
Yes, you really need to stop lying about that.
I mean, you also
I
admitted.
told you guys the
Astra,
truth. I told you guys the truth.
Stop.
I told you guys the truth.
Which, at this point, we have no idea, but it may mean that you're able to get out of here just as easily as you got here. The rest of us, though, there's only 2 of these crystals.
So we can send Astra out into the storm first, is what you're telling us.
Well,
like
we don't
that.
need to test anything like that. What I'm getting at, though, is I have the ability, should it arise, hopefully it doesn't, to bring someone back from death. But I can't do that if I am dead.
I volunteer as tribute.
So what you're telling us is we can send Astra out into
No.
the storm.
What I'm saying is when we try to leave this place, it may be in the group's best interest for me to have one of the crystals.
It's pretty selfish of you. You are a bit of a... That's a stupid thing. You joined the others.
I understand what I am asking.
No, I just immediately hand you up. I will gladly give this up. However, I am very close to death. I'm assuming if I get hit by one of these things, I will probably die.
I trade you a greater healing of potion for that.
Oh, well, we'll save this for
Is
later.
there anything stopping us from
You should add that to your inventory because I just deleted it from
taking
mine.
a rest that's relatively short?
I
Perhaps
don't have
we-
any more
Yeah.
things called hit dice.
Yeah. Also, same.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
We've
then.
already healed twice today. Apparently greater healing.
Honestly, the longer we stay in
What's it
this
called?
potion of healing greater or something,
Yeah, green.
the longer we stay here, we don't know what the effects are. So even resting here may do more harm than good. We don't know. But I think at this moment we need to go catch up to time and see if there is a way out. Maybe the rift we came through will reopen at some point.
I don't mind sprinting over there. See if he's okay.
I told him I wasn't coming after him. If it's still bad outside, I'm staying here.
You all make your way up the tunnel. As you step away from the shrine, you definitely notice it getting colder, noticeably colder. It's not warm anymore. The storm does seem to have slowed down. As you approach the entrance of the tunnel and look out, it seems a lot calmer than it was before. There's still, it's still dancing across the sky, but
Stick my arm out in it.
nothing happens.
So if I go just walk out right now,
Hey, that's your call.
You said he ran.
This way. I tried to stop him.
I am just gonna go step out and stand kind of just outside the cave.
It looks like you're standing outside.
Perhaps we don't tempt it. Let's
Playing Tempt and Stay. I hate it so much.
let's try making our way to the other tunnel. There's nothing in this one.
You make your way out.
I'm staying here for the time being.
They're staying here.
Yeah.
Kelter,
Mm-hmm.
you're making your way out.
Mm-hmm.
Astra,
Yes, I'm going to.
as you make your way out,
Oh no.
Astra,
Mm-hmm.
you see out of the corner of your eye some movement near the corpse of the dragon.
It's hard.
Probably, yeah. Don't surprise me.
Oh no, was she a mama?
It was a
That's
dude.
what you saw.
You
You
don't
just
know? Did you
see-
see the wiener?
His
been a
name
papa.
was Son of whatever. I'm assuming it was a boy dragon.
Okay, okay.
Nothing's stopping it from being a dad.
He's like the forgotten son of whatever.
Maybe dragons reproduce here differently. I don't know.
So Arkmir went first. Would you have gone second? Would you have been third? What's the order that you guys would have gone in?
I probably
you
would have been
guys both have
second.
crystals?
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have been second because I told him not to tempt it and to start going.
Like, look, it's
I
fine.
think I would have been third then in that case.
Make a perception check for me, Astra.
Okay. Awesome. 9.
You just saw some movement near the dragon. What's it?
Guys, I think I saw some.
Just the
Wait,
big one. The other two kind of walked on in front of you. It's just the
big
big one.
one.
With you.
I think I saw something move over there. Do you see anything?
I'm not poking my head out.
I slowly walk closer to it and try to see if I can figure out what the movement was.
You make
Keeping
your
my
way-
distance, but
The amount of bait y'all fall for is
I have to
mind-boggling.
know.
you
Deer
make
would
your
never
way
kill
over
us.
to the corpse.
Intentionally
It
is
looked
what he said.
It looked like some movement. But as you approach, you can just see in the distance, just between where the dragon fell and this rock wall to the side that the dragon had been on top of, a cloaked figure that's standing
Teddy.
with his back turned away from you.
Ooh. Kill him.
She runs up.
Eldritch Blast.
Excuse me, sir? Ma'am?
Thing?
You see a black gloved hand emerge from the side, just knocks on the
Oh, it's
wall.
Hoster.
What does it say?
It just says, "The seal on the dragon binds it here. Use it to go home." And then it just begins to walk away.
Wait! And I run after.
It just dissipates.
The seal on the dragon binds it here. Use it to go home?
Should have got the head, bruh.
Couldn't cut it off. It's too big.
What is that?
Yeah.
Too big for
Just
me.
needs a chainsaw.
The figure looked vaguely humanoid size. It's just
Never
a black
turned
cloak.
around?
Never turned around. Just a black gloved hand. Just took out and knocked on the wall, and you couldn't even hear the knock. You just know the pattern. Knocked a few times while walking away from you, and then just faded away into just.
So mysterious.
Oh my god.
It's like Thanos faded.
Tandem's still there.
Who is Big One
You
still?
can't help but
who's
turn your
closest?
head towards the
You ran
giant
out. I'm
tree
still-
stump. Something about it feels so familiar. You stand there beside the corpse of the dragon, you look down, and you notice around its front claw, there seems to be a ring of runes carved into its
See that?
scales.
Here's at its mouth.
Yeah. Its arm could have been underneath.
The seal of the dragon binds it here.
Big one.
Hi.
You notice the storm picking up. You notice
Oh, I
lightning
told them.
forming above you.
I told them they promised me
notice
they wouldn't do anything
More
reckless.
and more bolts starting to move across.
Yep. I take one step further in.
Arkmir and Kalthir, you make your way into the tunnel.
Are we still connected? How
No.
long would that last?
You
know how
turn
long
around
it's
and you
been.
notice Astrid's not with you. You notice Big One's not with you. You
Well,
see in front of you
told
Diamond.
them. I would have told them that I wasn't doing it.
As I see they come in,
Do I see anything at what he's pointing at?
You look around and
You
you see a
definitely
giant
see it.
cavern full of cracked eggs, like
Okay.
petrified eggs, remains of all sorts.
yeah, and I'm terrified.
Perhaps we should go back the other way.
What? Look there. Looks like there's something there.
Do I see anything
Like
specifically?
We
look at
just see the
floor,
red lightning?
There's some
I'm gonna roll as well.
crackles, whatnot.
Not 20.
16.
You can make out a faint. It looks almost like a carved, like lightning bolt, but not a symbol of a lightning bolt, but like an actual like jagged line that's just carved around along the floor, essentially in the center of the cavern, which is a little bit more recessed down below. It seems to be coming from like one of the edges. There's just like snakes along the ground towards like the middle. It's very faint in spots, but there's like just a small part where it's bright enough for you to see it. And as you see it, you can make out, oh, that's strange. There's like a bright red line that's just like scratching along the ground here.
What are the others?
I don't actually know.
Astra
where
was right behind
Astra is.
us.
Big one didn't want to join over here.
If I turn around, if we don't see Astra anywhere?
She's off, like, outside of your view.
Yeah.
If I walk towards that red lightning, do I feel anything different, or is it just
Not really.
nothing? Okay. So I can get up like fairly close to
Yeah,
it.
you can make your way up to it. It just looks like a jagged carved. It looks almost like just a crack in the ground,
But it's glowing red.
but it's glowing red, and it's not just like the dark red. It's like the bright red of like a bright white almost, like searing white red.
And is it like just located only in the center of that room, or does it
It's
like
coming from one of the edges, and like it seems like it ends in the center.
Interesting.
If I look at the edge where it's coming from, is it like another tunnel, or is it just like from the floor?
It's
like
just along the floor.
just
Just
along
like
the floor?
where the wall ends. It gets buried a little bit beneath like some eggs and stuff, but it's not coming from another tunnel or anything like that.
Do any of the eggs look alive?
Make a perception check.
Come on. Nah, that is, I think, an 11.
You don't see any other signs of life in here. You do find bones. Lots of bones. Scattered remains. Find a lot near eggs, around eggs, and in the middle of the entire area.
Any of the bones look like dwarf bones?
Make a medicine check.
Oh god.
Do any of them look like, I don't know, I'd say apparently like a dragon?
Make a nature check.
19 for the
No dwarf bones.
no dwarf. I sigh relief.
Nature.
Yeah, he would have gone.
12.
We lost him to the rage.
Based on like the experience that you had from carving up dragon, like some of the teeth and things,
An expert now.
Yeah, he learned a whole anatomy of a dragon.
you do find some that look like young dragon bones.
Yeah. So I grab the skull.
You don't find the skull.
Damn it. Yeah, exactly.
To put on top of your.
Yeah, your mushroom.
Turtle shell?
Am I still
Or you're
turtle
a
shell?
turtle,
Or is
yeah.
that gone now?
That would have lasted 10 minutes. So.
It's
It was just a
okay.
fight.
Oh,
yeah.
boo.
Yeah, no
This
need
is
to-
my superhero form.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turtles in a half shell.
Big one, what are you doing?
Until they tell me otherwise, that there's something to escape there, I'm just staying here.
Astro, what are you
And
doing?
unless that connection is still on, I have no way of telling them.
You
the
said it's like
storm's
a
getting
bracelet
stronger.
on the.
It's not a bracelet. It's just like it almost seems like magical runes that are carved into its skin and scales.
I move closer and kind of inspect it to see if I can figure out what he meant by use it to get home. Can I read the symbol?
No.
Can I read?
Yeah.
They're not a language. They're like arcane symbols.
I touch it. I kind of run my hand across the arm.
Don't see anything. Like it doesn't. It feels like dragon scales.
Chop it off.
Mm-hmm.
Do I kind of get that impression that that's what he was getting at? Can I make
I'm
like a
not-
medicine check, a nature check, religion check?
Just a check?
What are you trying to figure out?
What I gotta do? What that means?
No. She needs a check for Alyssa. to
What would
figure out
what would
she's
Astra
doing.
try and do?
You need to murder it.
Yeah.
Like you have everything.
Stop listening to what they're saying. What would Astra try to do in that situation?
She would have done what I said. So like going up and inspecting it, kind of running her hand across it. Nothing like lights up when she touches it, and everything is just like carved into the actual arm. And he says the seal of the dragon binds it here. So I'm gonna cut it off.
Well, make a medicine check. Or
I'm
Can I
waiting
make-
for Astra to bamf out without us because she didn't say that she was doing anything. Cuts it off, she teleports away, and we're like, well, fuck.
I guess we're using the rim job ring at that point.
Yeah. And then just be stuck in another plane.
Can I make a medicine check as Alyssa?
no. You can either make a medicine check or a athletics check to try and just like brute force your way through it.
Get it around.
Not that one. 19.
Oh.
You begin to try to cut through it, and you realize almost immediately that the bone is going to be way too much to cut through. But you're able to almost skin off some of the like looser scales near its arm, like almost shearing off like some of its hide and leather enough to like carve off most of it. It does. You do need to cut it, and it does get kind of scuffed in a few places, and your hands are covered with blood at this point. But you are able to cut it.
Okay.
She's like,
Yeah. As, when you guys get back, I'm like wearing the skin.
You turn around and your face is covered in blood.
It's like a sizable amount of leather. It's like about like this long of a strip, about this wide. No, but you do think you've got whatever the runes are on it.
Hello, guys? I start going back to grab the big one, and look what I got.
You make your way back to the big one. Your hands are covered in blood, and you're just holding the sun.
My friend was just here, the boy from the other side of the wall. He was just here, and he
I
told
really
me
need you to
told me to
consider
do
this. Oh, I was gonna sit down. Just oh
He
my
told
god,
me
so
what I had to do.
yeah, right. Like,
So scary.
how else am I supposed to act?
My imaginary
Just
friend
like-
told me to strip us out of this corpse.
Astra, you need help.
No, this is our ticket
No,
home. The boy was here.
There
I
is no
saw
boy.
him. No, I saw him. He was here. I saw him for the first time. We need to
there.
go. We need to
There.
go get the other one so that we can go home.
I told you I'm not leaving here until we find a way out.
I told you.
So
I
what
did.
are you
It's
gonna
right
do with
here.
the blood-covered leather?
I don't know. Maybe it's like a port key. Like we all touch it and then.
What's a port?
Nothing happens. Your hands are faintly covered with blood.
Just
Well, I haven't thought it all the way through, but I think if we grab
Oh,
the other
God.
guys,
We're
maybe
gonna
they'll
die
have
here,
some
aren't we?
ideas.
We're gonna die here.
No, we're not. Come on, let's go. We
This
need
is-
to get the other. We can't stay
this
here
was fun.
forever.
This was fun.
I start pulling him towards
Well, at
to
the-
get to the other guys.
I'm
Well,
also sitting down. So
we had cut right when pretty much I noticed that they're not with us. Well, I knew you weren't coming, but that she's not with us.
Yeah.
Guys, I think we should go back. Astra was following us, and she's not here. Assuming you guys are actually like, I'm going to wait to make sure that it looks like you're both coming with me.
Did you find anything else?
Is there anything else in this?
At a quick glance, no treasure.
No treasure.
Yeah,
Dragon was
crystals?
trapped here. This wasn't its home.
well, it seemed like it had corpses, so maybe there were things it gathered.
Barely surviving by eating food like its brother. Not its horde. There is no horde here.
Lame dragon. But yeah, we should go check on Astra. It seems like.
As right at the entrance, kind of look out like, how's the stone looking?
It's picking up. It looks more active than it was before.
Seems like it's picking up again. We should probably hurry. Please come to the other cave, and I'm going to start running.
Timon, what are you doing?
It's too lightning.
If I draw my hammer, like as I approach the crack in the ground, did it have? They notice anything on my hammer? Like, does it act like show a little more?
The lightning that's on the ground, almost immediately as you pull your hammer towards it, just snaps to it. Snaps to the hammer, almost like it's connected to it.
Yes, it does.
What's happening?
It's no longer. There is no longer a crack on the ground. It's just like it's like going straight into like Timon's hammer.
Oh, it's like there was never a crack to begin with. No, it's just the line.
Yeah.
Crawl up there. What doesn't?
To be fair, I said I'm waiting until I see you start to come with me before I run. And then you said you started doing that, so I wouldn't have.
Can you?
Do you feel like you're with a bunch of children right
Yes.
now?
Yes. Can you move around with us? What's happening?
I tried to move around. Like, is it tethered to it?
It's tethered to it. It's almost like you're like when like an electric like lightning bolt is connected to something. You move it around, and it just like it bounces and it changes shape a little bit. But it seems like it's just tethered to it.
Can I walk closer to where it's coming from?
Yeah.
Okay.
It gets shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter.
But not stronger.
Can you leave the cave that attached to you?
I don't know. I will touch the head of him.
But like immediately, like you feel a little bit of a buzz.
Tingle.
Nothing too major.
And is there anything else happening in the cave? Like, did anything light up? Did anything, like...
Nope.
No?
There's just a lightning bolt.
And I stand in the center of the cave with that? What does this mean? Denox, Anya!
Dead. Hit something.
I strike the ground.
You all hear a loud ringing, like as the like hammer hit echoes around you. Nothing.
What are you hoping to achieve right now?
Just trying to understand.
I'm just imagining Calder just standing beside the door, just looking back, shaking his head, like, "What are you hoping to achieve?"
They're super curious, like,
I go closer to one of the eggs. Like,
Are you going back towards the entrance, or like where? Which way are you going?
Yeah, I go.
As you
towards-
leave the center, like a little bit farther away, it immediately detaches and like falls back onto the ground, and then that looks like there's like a lightning bolt.
what the heck?
What's happening? I go back to it.
It latches on immediately.
I go to one of the closer eggs that look dead. I smack it.
You smack the egg. It crumbles a little bit inside.
Nothing inside, like... I don't know what this meant.
While you guys are doing this, Big One and Astro, what are you up to?
Legitimately
It's our
nothing.
ticket.
Nothing.
Maybe we go and find
In
the other
case you didn't
guys.
see, the storm is picking up again, and our friends are nowhere to be found
Are
because
you
they
still
were
connected
curious.
to tell him to get over
I've
here?
been asking him, and I haven't heard anything, so I'm gonna guess either my powers are gone, or he doesn't want to listen to me right now.
And
I
can only
assume
do
by
one.
I'm
now
really
it's
not sure
done,
which one
but
it
I
is
don't
because
know.
they
I'm
didn't
pretty
want to
sure
listen to
it's
me
done with
before.
Yeah.
Alright. Last question. Do you have, like, do I find any runes carved around anywhere in this cave that is obvious? There's just the eggs, bones, and the lightning in the center.
The
Dragon
lightning didn't
prison.
turn into a shape of a rune at any point.
Nope.
Yeah. We probably should go. We
good
probably
idea.
should go see Astra. County, I don't know why you've been waiting
Sorry,
here.
guys.
Does my shield with that blue, like,
Nothing
lightning
happens.
reactor?
Nothing happens.
Okay, well, let's go.
I'm gonna run ahead while you guys are waiting back.
You immediately just break out into a sprint and you make your way to the other tunnel. You find Astra holding a piece of hide. The Big One staring at her, just shaking his head.
Oh, is that a girl?
Where did you go? What is that?
I saw the boy on the other side of the wall. He was on this side of the wall, actually, this time. First time I've ever seen him. And he told me exactly what to do. He told me to skin the dragon.
A lightning bolt strikes dangerously close to the end.
We're gonna die. We are
Push
definitely,
in a little
Definitely
bit.
started to pick up
Scooch,
again.
scooch, scooch.
we are 1000% dying in here.
So I skinned this off of the dragon, had all these markings on the arm, and the boy on the other side of the wall, this side of the wall, told me the seal of the dragon binds it here, use it to get home. So this is our ticket home. I did it.
So your imaginary friend told you to cut
He's not
that off?
imaginary. I saw him.
So
I
what-
saw him. He was
What
here.
else?
What
He
exactly am I
disappeared, but
looking
he was
at?
here.
The hide, it's like blue hide, like loose dragon scales sitting on it. But carved along it, there's definitely like an intricate arcane pattern of sorts. You don't notice anything particular about it. Timon. You immediately notice in the middle of this seal the rune that you had seen when you were coming here through the lightning rift. The exact same rune. You hadn't recognized it because it wasn't a Dwarven rune, it wasn't a language that you recognized. As you'd come into here, like pull yourself in,
Yeah, I
you
remember.
seeing a rune. This is the exact same rune that's carved on this dragon scale, it seems like.
So, do I remember that they used to say that the storms, like sometimes I see a rune on it and whatnot. As I was coming through the rift, I saw one, and it was this one.
Oh.
It's not dwarven, it's not giant. I don't know what it meant, but
It's gotta be a good sign, right? I think everybody just put a hand on the skin.
just like the magic lightning on the other room, like.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, never mind.
You touch it, but nothing happens.
I just have a bloody hand now.
It's not like that bloody on the top, but the bottom half is much bloodier. That Astro's just holding up.
Touch it.
I've already touched it.
So do any
but-
of the arcane runes on it look familiar? Or are they all
Not really.
different?
They're all kind of different runes. You can make an Arcana check if you want.
Does it say Ark and Scott?
I tried wrapping it around my own arm.
Oh god. Guys, we need to wrap it around all of us.
Come on, huddle in.
So, 12.
They look like carvings. They're like components of a spell, essentially.
I like how you
Some-
tried wrapping
something
it
magical.
when he said that is what's binding it here, and you're like, this is my ticket out. Now you're binded with it.
Maybe.
Do we destroy it?
Carve it on your skin.
So if that's what
That makes
binds
sense.
the dragon here, the dragon's not bound anymore. Is the
Theoretically.
dragon the ticket?
Inside.
You gotta go
Dragon?
inside. Bear Girl style.
Did anybody get
I'm not keeping you guys here anymore.
did anybody get a glimpse of the tree when you were out there?
I was gonna
Because Koo,
I
he
did.
said your eyes glimpsed towards the tree. Maybe that's the ticket.
I mean,
If
yeah,
I go to the
looked at
entrance
tree.
without going outside, can I see the tree?
You can see the tree.
Do I see any rift-like thing up the?
Nope. You see lightning strike it
Oh,
a
that's
couple of times.
Maybe you have to
As
bring
you're
the
standing
seal
there
to the
looking at
tree.
it, the lightning storm seems to have picked up again.
We're never leaving.
Oh, we could have by
It's
now.
fine. Last
for
time we
sure.
just waited like 10 minutes. And
That's true.
What if I just kind of like frisbee it into the storm?
Oh, that is our ticket.
Could do like it.
So, rim job ring?
No, this is the ticket.
What does the ticket do?
It binds the seal of the dragon. Binds it here.
So you cut off the seal,
Mm-hmm.
which is binding something,
Mm-hmm.
which means that thing is free. How does this help us?
It makes perfect sense.
From your imaginary friend.
He's not imaginary. I saw him in the living flesh.
Mhm.
Do we notice anything else unique that's changed in the like outside? Yeah.
Everything looks about the same as it was. The storm has picked up again, so there's more dust and rocks and stone like floating up. It's still not as bad as it was during its peak,
Yeah.
but it is not as safe to run across as it was a few seconds ago.
No, you said you saw your friend. What exactly did you see? Don't bullshit.
I wouldn't bullshit you.
No,
I saw him. He was standing. He's probably shy. He didn't want to turn around and look at me. But
What did he look like?
he had a long, really nice cloak,
What color?
black.
Long?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he spoke to me.
Was there a symbol on the clock?
Not that I saw.
How?
And then he knocked when we were talking, and I saw his hand. Well, there's a leather glove, but I saw the glove contains the hand. I saw him.
And then what did it do? It spoke to you?
Yeah, he told me that basically this is our ticket, and I don't quite understand what he wants me to do.
So I spoke to you without turning to you.
Yeah, he's probably just shy. But
That's
he...
so rude.
No, it's not. This is the first time I've ever seen him. He's always been on the other side of the wall. Do you think we have to destroy these runes? If it's binding the dragon here, is it also binding us here? And then if we destroy it, does that break the bind?
Let's pull out a dagger. Can I cut this in half?
I hope that's what he
Knowing
meant.
how these types of things work, would I know if just cutting across the symbols would remove them?
No idea. Make an Arcana check.
I don't mean this specific spell.
Oh,
I
like-
just mean in general,
Just-
arcane. If somebody warded something and somebody like went and like erased the things, would it fuck up the
You
spell?
get the feeling that if it was that easy, the dragon wouldn't still be trapped.
Yeah.
Just sort of nodded,
He would have
so,
just been
like-
like, I'm free.
Do we go with this to the tree stump? Like back where we came from?
Couldn't the dragon have just done that? Like something was holding him here. Like it's those, but something else, right? Like
What about the obelisks and the altar? Maybe take it there.
I guess so.
doesn't hurt if you want to. It's through here. I mean, you don't have to go outside.
Timon, where's your hammer?
Back in the cave.
Yeah, he left it over there.
I think it's
Like, is it on your back or is it in like your
Do you
side?
need-
shoulder, like,
normally my hammer's on my back.
This is good.
I think I would have it on my hand because I was holding it on the.
as you turn around to like start making your way back into the tunnel, your hammer like comes close to the scale that Astra's holding up, and you just see like a red sheen just pass over the runes as you just move your hammer past, almost like it seems to be moving along it.
Whoa.
Did you see that?
Yes. I think you have to bang it with the hammer. Wait, let me set it down first.
You have to wrap the hammer.
Just bring it close.
Where you hold it close, the runes and the carvings on it seem to like light up, almost like the red lightning that you've seen or that you saw in the cave.
And if I touch it,
There's like a small like flicker of lightning that connects between like the hammer and the skill.
should I hit that?
I mean, it might do nothing. It might do something. I don't see a reason why not
I mean,
to.
if it does something, it's either going to send us home or destroy our only way home.
Do I have a better idea?
Nope.
Stay close. I hit it just the middle rune, the one that I saw.
Roll. Actually, I'll roll something. Oh, okay. You strike it as hard as you can, and the scale on the hide immediately just shatters and like scatters off into almost dust. You lift up the hammer. It's not there. There's nothing there. The rest of you can see that on the face of the hammer, there's a rune that's carved on it. But Timon doesn't notice it.
Wait, it actually looks carved into it?
That wasn't there before.
Wasn't it?
It's nothing
It's the
happened.
same rune that was on the dragon.
Your hammer has a new carving. It looks like.
Or what? I won't say anything.
Keep turning.
The side that hit it.
Oh,
It looks like the same rune that you'd seen. It just seems to have carved into your hammer face.
Maybe if you hit each of us with that, now that it has the room, that
Go-
will send us back.
Astra first.
Oh,
come here, come here.
What did I do to you?
do we all hold the hammer?
I don't know.
That's not. I don't. There's nothing. All of us holding it won't change
Nothing
anything.
happens.
Stick it out into the storm.
I'll flip to the other side and I hit another rune. Does it
There's only the one major rune on
The
it.
thing
And
broke
the
and
rest of it
shattered.
all just shattered.
Shattered?
Scattered across. You hit it pretty hard.
Rats.
Any other ideas?
I mean, you can try taking it over to the other thing, but I don't like to the lightning thing, but I don't know what that does. Where you were tethered with your hammer. I don't know if that rune does something with it.
You look at the storm outside.
It's definitely storming outside.
Might have to wait.
Or risk a check to avoid it. To go
Or
through.
risk it, but.
Big one, you're so quiet. What do you think?
Well, I've been almost dead for the last couple, I don't know how long we've been here. And we seem to be tempting fate by constantly running into a very deadly storm. And I'm getting very tired of people risking their lives when we don't need to. So I'm going to wait until the storm settles down, and then we'll think of something.
When the storm settles down, what would you like to do?
I don't have any answers right now. But
Okay.
I am
We have to
fully
try.
tapped out of my magic tech right now. You made me a potion, but if I take that now and I go down from a lightning strike, how is anybody going to get me up?
I mean, I have some spells as well, but
But going to look for treasure is not the answer.
you don't know what he was looking for.
He told me when you were not here.
No,
Um,
I never said treasure.
You both were talking about going to
Oh,
find
no,
treasure in the dragon cave.
He was talking about treasure. I'm looking for answers.
He throws me under the bus.
We need to find
I'll remember
something.
that time.
Sitting here in this cave, we can't just wait. Like, nobody's gonna come here to try to save us.
I mean, big one,
That's not
I
true.
don't
Boy on
understand
the other side of the wall
attitude.
did.
There's no
I mean, he
attitude.
didn't save us. He just.
But I would
pointed
like
at
to
He
know
gave
that
us
you
the
can
answer,
trust
we
me
just had
like
to
I can
figure
trust
out
you.
what the
And putting yourself
question
in
was.
danger is not the answer.
Guys, we're turning against each other right now, and this is not helping the situation. Let's
I think we need to collectively
It's,
move as a group.
yes.
Wherever we go, whenever we go, we have to move together. Because if we split up and we find a way out, then we have to go back to get the other people to bring them back over.
Right. That's all my point was we had an opening to move. People decided not to. We investigated the cave, and then when it started looking dangerous, people ran out again.
It
So
was better outside when I ran out. Now it's starting
there's
to
just so
get-
much we don't know about this place that running to look for answers by yourself is not the answer.
Maybe for you. I'm glad that Schema is safer, but I'm none the wiser about Anya.
That's fair. And
I
I
need to find answers. That's
and I
why.
told you I would help you find answers. If me helping you means you running out into danger, I can't make that promise anymore. But like Arkmir said, there's no point in discussing that now. The only thing I'm worried about is what I said. If I go out in this very dangerous storm right now, there is a chance I don't make it back to Schema. We don't make it back to find answers. So when there is an opening, we should move as a group, like Kalthir said. But treasure hunting or finding answers or whatever you guys want to call it only puts you at risk and requires us to potentially save you.
Tana, do you think there's a chance that your hammer would respond positively to the storm?
I think it's enabled by it.
At this point, I don't know what options we
It
have.
looks,
We can.
it looks stronger whenever I'm close to it, I'm under it.
To be
You
fair,
saw
you
the-
look stronger when you're affected by it.
What
You
happens
do
if
grow
you
pretty
just
large.
stick it out into the storm with yourself back here a little bit?
I might get zapped, but stick it as a
Hold
cave.
this while you're doing it. And I give you the crystal right now while you're doing it.
Nothing seems to happen for a while.
Mhm.
Just as you're about to pull it back in, there's just the lightning bolt strikes the hammer and you. Make a Constitution saving throw.
23.
Maybe the tankies want to handle this right now.
He is thankfully completely full HP.
Exactly.
You take 18 points of damage halved from the Constitution save.
Nice.
Halved from resistant to red lightning.
So half and half. So
Four.
Yeah.
4 or 5. Whatever. If it's rounded up, it's 5.
That tickled.
That would be gone now, too. Yeah.
Those are done.
you pull your hammer back in, and all the runes on it are glowing with like it just got hit by lightning.
Shit.
But
Alright.
it doesn't seem anything unnatural.
The new one didn't change at all.
Looks the same as the other runes on lightning.
We entered through the tree. There is a possibility we can exit through the tree.
It's possible.
Are you willing to run out there though?
Not right now.
And did anything change about the rune that got carved?
It was just like your entire hammer was like a bit reddish glowing from being hit by a lightning bolt, but it fades away pretty quickly. Nothing immediately noticeable.
Is it worth just running back into the room with the obelisk and seeing if it responds another way? At least that's our safest option.
Wait, with the obelisk? Oh, like back.
Into the
we're in,
cave.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At least until the storm subsides a little bit.
Oh.
Obviously, it doesn't look like this place is ever going to be clear of the storms.
Something is right. It doesn't hurt.
There's no
At least
point
I hope
in
it
just
doesn't.
waiting here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's go inside. What happened to the body?
What?
The body.
Miralar?
Oh.
He is with his
Kind of
people now.
evaporated.
Just faded away.
Wait, what?
He returned home.
What do you mean evaporate?
Angel things.
Must be
Best way
unique
of
to his
describing it.
people.
Alright.
Maybe, I don't know, if you want to keep your hammer out just in case it responds.
Yeah.
Starts vibrating a little bit more.
Like, what? My hammer's sticking out. Trying to see if I see any reaction.
you go back into the tunnel and you start walking around. What are the rest of you doing?
Following.
Following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I tell the professor just to bark if it looks like it's subsiding enough?
Okay.
I'm assuming he saw it before. So, it might not be the most accurate, but
You enter into the cave and you just begin to walk around. There's a little bit of like a somber mood in the cave in general, with like what had happened here prior, very recently, in the back of some of your minds. You circle around. You don't notice anything immediately until you come to the obelisk with the red lightning
bolt.
with the lightning bolts.
Lightning bolt on it?
Yeah.
yes.
You happen to be walking along the edge, and you walk behind the symbol. And as soon as you do, your hammer lights up. Like all of the runes on its face light up.
Does it normally do that?
No.
Don't touch it. Maybe we all hold on to
Also,
that.
maybe not break the obelisk.
Yeah.
Is the new rune is also lit up?
Yep.
Oh no, but
I'll just whistle for him. He'll come running and
Okay,
start keeping it
okay.
fast.
Can I have my crystal back?
What? Can I stop?
Thank you.
Did anybody collect some of the angel dust?
Is there angel dust?
There's no cocaine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna snort it on my
Snort
hammer.
angel dust.
No, there's none left.
Sort of faces are covered in
There was one.
Yeah, my whole trunk's just like lines. Here you go.
Everybody grab Stoneheart.
I'll whistle for him to come running, and then I'll just like
Professor.
hold on.
Like one of those movies.
I feel like holding things hasn't worked, but what other options do we have?
And I touched the obelisk.
It does nothing.
Yeah.
God damn it! Stop touching things.
Break the
Let's strike the obelisk in frustration.
Oh god.
You just nothing happens, and you just pull your hammer free and you slam the side of the back side of the obelisk, and all of a sudden there's just a red lightning bolt that just cracks out from the ground up to the top of the ionic pillar, not to the obelisk stop, but the back of it. There's almost just like a crack of red lightning that's just on. And as you pull your hammer away, there's a lightning bolt that's connecting to it.
That looks like what was on the other side.
Should I hit more?
Is there anything on the front side of the... You said he was hitting the back of it.
Yep.
Is there anything on the front side?
Circle around, there's nothing on the front.
Maybe this power is, if we bring it out to the tree stump, then it will recreate the rift for us to get through.
The lightning one was the furthest away from the shrine.
Yeah. How far
It
can
also, now that you think about it, is technically the closest to the tree.
Bring it to
In the direction that you were...
Well, I was going to say, how far away can you walk? Because in the other cave, it snapped when you got too
bring
far.
it to the shrine. If all these are pointed towards this center shrine thing,
Potentially.
let's see.
How far away is this? Is the closest obelisk to this obelisk? How far away?
Probably like 10, 15 feet.
See how far you can go. Yeah.
You can try. I don't know. Hopefully that's...
You walk like 5 feet away and the lightning bolt just dissipates. It's no longer connected.
Okay.
There's still the red crack on the pillar, but
So when you say the backside, is the backside like... If this is the backside, that way, so the opposite way, or the way that it's facing, is that out?
no. It's towards the wall.
Yeah. Is there anything on that wall in particular? Or?
Just-
Oh, okay. And no other obelisk is kind of within range as well of that. Like the tether, I guess.
I hit the ground in frustration.
Nothing happens.
Can you try bringing it like to the wall or something, see if it can connect to it?
You come close to the wall and the tether immediately snaps to your hammer.
And it's coming from the base of
So this is a pillar. There's like a lightning bolt that's like scratched like all along the base of this like tower, and at the ground where it connects the ground, it's like bouncing up and connecting to your hammer.
Try hitting every side of this obelisk.
Okay.
Does if I pull out the
Literally nothing else.
I guess with the crystal, if I do slip it out, if I just like, does it react it anyway to that lightning? If you're touching it?
You touch the lightning.
No. I don't want to touch
You
it.
touch it with the crystal and nothing happens.
Okay.
Should we just try touching the lightning and see if it's a rift?
We're just gonna get a little bit of a buzz. I tried that.
Did you? You tried it on your hammer. You didn't try it
You
from
touched
that.
your hammer.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
See?
But you didn't touch the red lightning on the obelisk.
On 3?
Down again.
I just go and slap my hand where the.
As soon as you touch it, you feel the hand pulling forward the same way that you'd come into here. And Timon disappears. And the hammer disappears. And there's no lightning connecting to it. There's just this crack along the pillar. You're all just standing there staring at it.
Go before it disappears, maybe? Everybody in.
Everybody?
Well,
Go.
Is it gone?
No, the red lightning crack is still
The crack
there.
is now
I thought
snapped
you
back to
said-
the
Timon's
obelisk.
gone. There's nothing tethering to it anymore from the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Touch it,
You
yeah.
all touch it and immediately yank yourself through.
It'd be hilarious if the effect was gone.
I thought that's what he said. He said time was gone, the hammer was gone, the lightning was gone. I was like, wait a
hadn't
minute.
done that immediately, it would have gone.
Yeah.
Suddenly just fades to red. Bright red. You don't see anything. And then to black. Darkness. You look around. You can see trees. It's cold.
Are
You
we
feel
outdoor?
snow falling, and you look around and it's nighttime. There's snow falling from the sky. Your feet step on grass that is covered with a thin layer of frost. You're not in Schema anymore. You don't know where you are. You don't know when you are. And that's where we're gonna end this session.
Oh my god.
Shit. We're in in the snow. It only took us an hour to figure out a door. Why does every group in any D&D game have troubles with doors?
Puzzles.
I wouldn't classify that as a puzzle as so much as we were trying to hold things and smash things.
We're told not to touch things, but then we should touch things. It's like...
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We're going to take a few weeks break probably to figure out what happens next. But this is a whole new
world.
We have no idea what awaits our intrepid adventurers.
Bye.
Actually, one of the first things that happens. Who had the crystals?
I did.
You had a crystal.
I think he had the other
You had a
one.
crystal. Ashray, you're fine. Timon, you feel very exhausted. Big one, you collapse to the ground, unconscious.
Cool.
Figured as much.
Makes sense.
That's why I didn't want to go in the storm, you guys.
That'll be the end of that
What's
session.
your health at?
I was at like 2 HP that whole fucking time. No, because the 10 was the bonus.
Thanks for joining us,
I
guys.
added it.
We will be,
Yeah. I was at 2
we will be
HP.
back in a few weeks.
All right.
See you next time.
Bye.
Yato.